Close your eyes and get lost in the track. And just won't you just meditate? Hey, won't you just meditate? 'Cause I'm just tryna let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. So can you meditate?
We live?
We live, baby. How y'all doing out there, man? He just lit a cigarette.
Damn.
Turn it up.
That's a good thing. He lit a cigarette. So we're going to kick it off, bro. We're going to get in introductions. First of all, I am Lil Daryl, half of I Was Only the Brand, half of the Good Street Podcast, and to my left,
I'm Trey with the Conveaux, man. Owner and operator of Conveaux Media. Like Day would say, neighborhood player pimp, I do some righteous things in the hood. I also do some ratchet things. But if you don't know me, I'm a good guy who likes good beer.
Yeah, for sure.
who you passing it to?
I'm going to pass it to Miss...
Neek. I'm Neek.
Like Janet or Beyonce, just one name.
Neek Harris. I'm the owner of Naturally Neek's Beauty Bar. I just want to say that I'm loving Travion swag today.
Hey.
Got his chest out.
Say it with your chest.
With
got
his,
hairs
with his,
on his chest,
swag,
baby.
with his stone.
I just had a birthday. I'm
Yeah.
feeling kind of,
Okay.
grown man-ish out here.
It's still Virgo season.
All day, every day.
Passing it the same.
Oh, you made, bro?
I made 39.
Boy, 39, boy.
That's a poor-ass
That's
age.
just so
right there.
insignificant.
Right.
Talking about
I
insignificant.
don't know. Say, I don't know.
Not as insignificant as 32.
Right.
32, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? You got something to look forward to.
Wow.
Nah, because look, Neek, I heard Neek tell somebody she was 31 one time. I was like, I feel like I never heard nobody say that before.
That's a prime number, man.
I never asked nobody how
31.
old they was, and they be like, 31.
Like, man, you 30. Like, you 39, and we don't give you no party. Like,
30.
we gonna come when you 40.
I
30
skipped
and a
that
half.
bit. I skipped that bit.
I'm 30 and a half.
But, I'm Good Street Sam, man. The other half of Vibers Only and Good Street Podcast. I got too much other stuff going on to even label it, bro. I'm just, I'm in the mix.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So
Just
Working a
lifing.
lot, man. Working a lot.
Just
Always
lifing.
working. Yeah.
tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about...
Oh, we gotta give a shout out to Toya. We missing,
You're right.
Oh,
missing somebody
damn.
today.
I'm missing
bad.
compadres.
Yeah,
man.
we got two. Well, yeah, I'm missing compadre at Toya Walter. She's out there in she at Dallas, huh?
She in Dallas at the Potter's house with TD Jakes.
She getting a blessing.
Let's let that go.
Hold
Oh yeah, I'm holding it down with the feminine energy.
Let's let that pass.
We got gunshots.
We live.
Yeah.
Definitely lie. Whatever you lie.
We missing her though. Like, that's the only person we missing.
Well, Miss Kia.
Oh.
Kia was supposed to be here tonight, but she got COVID, so
Ooh.
she got that
I don't know
cocoa.
if people be wanting to say they got COVID
gotta shake back.
on camera.
COVID
We're
just
gonna
like
edit
having
that shit out. You can't say somebody got COVID on camera.
They done
man.
gave COVID a bad name.
For real.
COVID
Man,
just
COVID
like having the
is
flu.
a bad name.
It's like having the flu. Now you just
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
let it run
yeah,
its
he done
course.
fell off. He fell off for sure.
COVID is definitely
Yeah.
like Madden.
It's watered
it's
down,
a new
huh?
version every year.
It's watered down now. It ain't as strong as it used to be. Thank God.
I was scared though, nigga.
I don't-
Last time I had it, I was scared.
It was scary.
That shit wasn't really scary.
It was a mental thing like
It
that
definitely
because
was a mental
we
thing.
had the one where you loved the version that made you lose your taste and your smell.
That was
That's
the worst
awful.
part.
That's awful.
I couldn't taste my food.
Oh man, once they said that was it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
as long as
that's-
I could smell, I would never have COVID.
That's how I found out, man. I thought I had a cold, had some chicken noodle soup. I'm adding cayenne pepper and hot sauce. I'm like, man, this shit is not hot at all.
Right.
I was like, oh shit,
Right.
I need to go get tested.
I think everybody had their moment of like, oh.
Man, I coughed a million times and went sniff something.
Still in the game. So
Right.
I can smell. I'm straight.
You must have had that second version.
I'm immune.
That's that first thing people ask you. I'll be like, man, I feel sick. Man, you can smell something? Yeah. Well, yeah, you straight.
Start smelling everything, making sure. All right. I guess we off topic again.
Yeah, we off topic. But tonight's episode, man, we're going to be talking about social fucking media, dog.
Yeah, social fucking media.
Social fucking media, dog.
Fucking media.
That shit, dog.
And how it affects your relationships. Like, I think that's the weirdest part about social media, because it's like 20 years ago we didn't have this shit. So, like, how we interact with people, relationships, our family members, all that's completely different now. So, I kind of want to, like, dive into that.
Well, one thing about social media, it really like as far as your family and, you know, stuff like that, it really, like, you get to keep up with their lives without actually, like, you know what I'm saying?
Without actually talking to them.
Right. You know, it's because some people you just lose track of. Like, man, I went to my 20-year reunion, and the only way I keep up with some of these people, like, it's people I hadn't seen since high school, but you know what I'm saying? I keep track of them on social media, and it kind of like you never miss the beat. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally like 85% of the reason I still have a Facebook. You know what I'm saying? The time I spent in college with those people just to connect with them on an easier basis, because I don't see those people too often.
Right.
You know? So.
I'm the same way. I'm a passive friend, passive family member. I don't like phone calls. So, like, if someone calls me, like, I try to have a good conversation, or, like, I'll call to check on people, but, like, I'm not that person that could be on the phone for, like, an hour just catching up.
That's my
So, like,
problem.
if I see you had, like, some great stuff going on, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's my dog. But I don't really be, like my mom and my dad and them was like that. Like, they was really on the phone every day. Like, I just don't feel comfortable.
I don't make a
on the
lot
phone.
of calls, but when I do call people, or when people do call me, it tends to run long.
Facts.
Like, I'm on the phone for an hour and a half,
Facts.
45 minutes.
Lord, that is
anytime anybody call me, like, that don't, especially if I ain't talked to you in a while, we about to be on the phone for an hour, easy.
Oh, wow.
I could do that. I do that with some people, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like Trey, but the conversations that I do have, they gonna run long, bro. Like,
Yeah, like when Daniel called me, I don't even be having no concept of time. Like, we'll just be on the phone for forever.
That's the best conversation.
Daniel look like he give good conversation, bro.
Man, that boy knows everything about everything.
He look
Ask
like
him about the Arctic Circle. He knows something about it because he done been there.
He look like he good.
I done seen pictures. He done freeze his eyebrows off.
Real talk. That's fascinating. I don't do the cold. I don't do that.
I hate talking on the phone. So, like, if I can see that you good on social media, which is probably not a good thing that I do this.
Yeah, they be lying on social media.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I see you posting you good, then that mean that you good.
Right.
But it might be some other internal stuff that, because not everybody like to vent on social media.
Ooh,
like, you know, they
talk
might
about
post
it.
a little something, but they don't tell you exactly, like, what's going on with them. So I guess, like, that's where a phone call would come into play when that could be more personal. But I just feel like getting off of the phone is so awkward for me. Like, ending a phone conversation is so awkward, and I try to avoid it at all costs because I just feel like, you know, they have that moment of silence of like, who gonna end the call first? And I hate that. Like, it makes me cringe.
One of these.
Well,
So what you about to do?
Facts. It's like so many ways you can get out the phone.
man, I hate it.
Oh, hey, hold on. My mama calling. I'm gonna call you back. But you gotta say hold on twice fast.
You gotta
Hold
say
on,
two
hold on.
hold
You
on.
gotta say 2 hold on. 3 hold ons is an emergency.
Right, yeah. So,
But 2,
boy,
you be like, man, hold on. My mama calling. Man, hold on. Let me call you back. You see, that's how you get out the phone.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I
leave
mean,
the
I guess
person
I
on
need
the
to
other end
practice.
puzzle like, damn, something must have happened.
I don't know,
They
man. I
gonna-
just be like, all right, we ain't talking that much no more.
Right.
Sounds like the overly honest
That's a
person.
dick move.
I guess we done
just
said
go
all we had
for
to
it.
say, man. You
Just
know,
go for the end. Oh yeah, maybe
Alright.
you should just start hanging up on people.
nice to hear
Right.
from you.
That nigga do be like, well, All right.
Yeah,
That's his favorite thing. All right.
yeah, for sure, for sure. All
Right,
right.
this over? All right, cool. We gonna end this right here.
So do y'all think that social media has kind of inhibited how we like communicate with people? Because I feel like
Absolutely.
I don't have to talk to you if I see you
Absolutely.
posting every day.
Absolutely.
Well,
I
look.
heard at your status. Like, I saw you that day.
Yeah, they
Right. Right.
I saw you.
Don't let you post a
said,
picture.
Elon Musk said humans ain't gonna be talking to each other to communicate like within the next 5 to 10 years.
I saw that he was saying
That
that
shit.
talking is like the slowest way to communicate. It's one of the slowest ways to
I
communicate.
think it's the most pure form though. I'd rather look you in your eyes and talk to you than text you.
Right.
Cause I don't like to be misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to text you something, and you read it how your mind read it, and it's not how I text it. We could just talk it out, and it literally it'll take like 3 minutes, and we could be texting for 15 hours.
right.
Right.
You
To
know?
my 15.
Yeah, literally 4 messages back and forth. It could take 10 hours. You know,
Right.
you busy, I'm busy.
Right.
You know, we could have wrapped
take
that
all
shit
day.
up in a 3-minute conversation.
Right.
That's why I call. I'm a call you. Like hey man, I'm about to pull up. I don't care if it's just that quick. I'm gonna call you.
And I'm the opposite.
definitely something
If you
you should
call
text.
me, I'm not gonna answer, but I'll text you like, "Hey, what's down? What you need?"
And it's probably
Text me back the other day, man.
yeah, probably because I'm bad with texting. Like if my phone vibrate right now, I'm not gonna look at it until we finish.
I'm definitely the ADHD person because I'll be like, if I'm doing something, I'll definitely like text you before I call you because I can't concentrate if I'm talking on the phone. I don't really be into that. So
That's my favorite text. You could talk. You could talk.
Talking about no indeed.
just call me. Like I'd much rather you call.
I be asking people if they could talk before I call them.
Nah, that shit
That mean
sounds
I
serious.
got,
Like,
I
what you
got a lot
gotta
to
tell me?
say. I got a lot to say, man. It might take a little time.
That's it, man. Texting me back and forth. Hey, you could talk.
You got a terminal illness? Like, why you telling me that? Can you talk?
Depending on who send that text, you could probably gonna get one of these.
What this?
What
What he want?
they want?
Now everybody got their partner that talk way too long. They got some people that call me and I just be like, man, I don't have enough time right now.
Right.
Bro, and I don't
That's my
answer.
uncle. I don't never answer with my uncle.
I've been hitting that auto message. I'll call you right back. That's my favorite.
That's fucking so lame.
That's my favorite.
And then you read that shit, you be like,
I don't even talk
man,
like
say I don't even talk like that. Call you back, busy. Never did that.
Hey man, it's the AI.
So let's go a little deeper, man. How y'all feel about like the social media aspect of having like a romantic relationship? Like how does that look? Has that changed over time? Do y'all have like let's talk about the unspoken rules of social
I
media.
was just finna say that. Well,
Cause I don't know them. Like I was in a committed relationship since like 2008 to 2020.
That
So
was like just when you said 2000 what?
2008. Like nigga, Twitter had just came out. Like
I was about to say that was before we got lit on Facebook.
that's what I'm saying. So like
See, that's
over
crazy.
time, my relationship evolved, but my relationship wasn't built around social media. So
Yeah.
when that ended, now I'm dating again, and it's like, nigga, there's all these fucking rules. I don't know nothing about this shit.
man, look, they got some unspoken rules in the Facebook realm, bro. I mean, I got a lot of friends I talk about stuff, and most of the stuff they talk about is how they significant other be doing the most on Facebook. Like,
what is doing
some
the
people
most?
be doing the most, but
Break that down.
it's just like it's unspoken rules, I guess. So like, I guess if someone of the opposite sex, you hearting their pictures or they hearting your pictures, somewhere in there, that person like you. Like
fucking that bitch.
somewhere in there, it raises an eyebrow somewhere, bro. You can't be harding.
But you can't do just the like either, because the like mean you a hater.
Right,
I just learned that.
Right, already contradicting. So
Right.
like, what do you do?
Just a blue
No.
thumbs up. That's kind of like.
That's
I send likes. I don't care. If I like the post, I'ma like it. If I love it, I'ma love it. I don't love everything. Some things I just like. Like real talk, you know what I'm saying?
my thing
If it's
is-
funny, I ha that bitch, you know.
Right, that's my two favorite reactions. Ha ha and heart.
My thing is if the majority of the reactions are hearts,
Talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it.
I
Don't come following up with your little blue light.
I don't
Right.
think that's fair.
'Cause
You
why?
Just,
No,
you
'cause-
just keep
Why?
scrolling. I'd rather not have it.
Because that implies that I gotta care about all the people that commented on your picture. That's not what it's for.
No, it's
But the status.
it's the principle.
It's not the principle. You just said if the majority. So what?
Yes.
What if the majority mad at it? I gotta be mad too.
yeah.
I'm a hater.
Yeah. Get mad.
That's what I'm learning. I'm learning this.
Look, I hate when
You
somebody
sound like a fucking hater.
Like-
son.
I ain't saying
Right.
I gotta hate.
with your thumbs up.
Look, if I
like it
don't be
is.
mad at it, I'm a hater. Like how that go?
Just don't react at all.
You know,
Right.
Because I don't look at how many likes, the hearts, the smiles, the.
But you
cares.
can see
No,
it.
you can see it though.
Right.
So it tells you how many
Facebook,
people.
yeah,
No.
Facebook messy.
It tells you how
Yeah,
many people.
Well, you know
hearted your
how
shit.
like sometimes whenever you're scrolling, you'll see either like the haha icon, the like icon, and the heart icon, like right there before you even click on it to see who all did what.
No,
You
I
can
don't
see it
notice
right
that.
underneath the picture.
I
Like
don't notice that.
you can see
It's
it
real out
right
in this
under,
field,
it's
boy.
right on top of
Yeah,
the
but
like button.
Or what if it got 3 of them? What if it got a ha heart and a like?
Yeah, then you can do what you want.
Then it's probably
That's what
41
I'm saying.
people that
That's a
said
rule.
like
So
they
if it
hearted
got so if it got 2 hearts, I ain't got time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep scrolling.
So
it's
sound like-
faster to keep
There you go.
scrolling.
Just-
So
just
sound
play it
like sound like this is one of the unspoken rules. If it had more than 3 different reactions, you could do what you want. More than 2 different reactions, you could
Yeah.
do what you want.
Yeah. If somebody done already ruined it, then you just go right ahead.
So the goal
We don't
is
care
to
no
get
more.
so the goal is to get all hearts.
Yeah.
No.
Because I grew up playing spades.
It's,
We don't
no,
really
it's
fuck with
like
hearts
it's
that.
consistent. So it might be like
Yes.
14 ha-has and one like
That's a
That's
hater right
dumb.
there.
But
That's
what
a
if
hater.
they was first?
the light.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't had that. I
Damn,
didn't
I
had
didn't
that, and I hate
I
that
didn't even
just
think
as
about
much.
that.
You know what I'm saying? It's too much, man. I'm just look that
I
picture.
don't-
Look, I like that picture. Boop.
What
That's
it
lame.
do?
What's
bro.
wrong with liking something?
What it do?
Boop. Hey, look, I argue that liking something. Look, like might be better than love.
No.
Could the love fake?
Man,
But you
look.
can't fake it like something.
I mean, I guess.
Not really.
It don't
You
hurt
can-
as much.
Right.
I'd rather fake like than fake love.
Man, I
That's all I'm
mean,
saying.
so this might fall underneath the relationship because people have Facebook relationships with people that you only know on Facebook, and it got people that will sit there and gas up people photos just because they popular.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Oh,
They be
yeah.
trash.
Especially
Explain.
if they
Elaborate.
fool.
Elaborate.
So like if you got somebody post a trash picture and you know the
Okay.
picture trash.
Okay.
But just because they like a Facebook comedian or if they like somebody that people normally gas up on a regular basis, then you just supposed to like it because they popular in the tri-parish.
I got one.
I don't know
They
about
got this
none
girl.
of
I'm
the
not gonna say
rules.
her name, but she always posts her food. So like for the last year, I've been calling her baked salad because every time she posts a salad, that motherfucker look like it was in the oven.
What?
And she always take a picture of a salad on her bedspread with the flash on in the dark. So it look horrible. But all her friends be like, ooh, God, you should have made me one. I'm like, y'all fucking lying.
Oh yeah.
Y'all is lying.
Boy, I got
Oh, yeah.
so much wrong with what you just said. Just
For real.
God.
Yeah, why she
For
got
real.
salad in the bed?
Right.
And why it look baked?
Right.
Yeah,
Like, how you have
That
a
bitch be wilted.
And the best question of all, why is she taking pictures in the dark
Of a
Horrible.
salad. Of a
of
salad.
a salad?
So yeah, I call her big salad.
Boy, that's crazy.
She'll never know who she is. 'Cause
I
I
would
don't never
love-
like them.
I feel
I would
like
love to
I
see
feel
that.
like if she hear this, she gonna know exactly who you talking about. Shout out to Big Salad. Straight up.
Start selling them things.
She probably already do it. She
Right.
sell 'em. She
I
sell
don't
'em.
want no sauteed salad, nigga. I want some
The
fresh,
meal prep.
Hey,
crunchy
look,
greens.
you ain't tasted. That's why everybody asking for it. That's why
Somebody right.
everybody liking that shit.
In
That's
that, in
all
that
good.
situation, Trey the hater. Yeah, he just
I'm
like
definitely a
he
hater.
just like the post. Everybody else hard.
No.
No, I don't like it. I
Yeah.
keep scrolling.
He keeps
I look at
scrolling.
that. No,
So-
I'm gonna
so-
tell you what I do. I screenshot that bitch.
That's what.
That's the ultimate side of approval. When somebody screenshot your post, that's the
Oh,
best
no.
thing you ever have.
right.
I screenshot that.
Or the
bitch and
worst
sent it
thing.
to everybody.
Screenshot approved.
Shit, screenshots bad. They
It
could be good.
It could
though.
be good, but it's probably bad.
It's bad.
I know most of the screenshots I
If I
got.
send you a screenshot of somebody's food, it's horrible. I do not approve I do
If
not
I-
approve this message.
Nah, man, I got a screenshot of one of my partners. I was talking to him today. He was like, hey, man, you ain't never really text me back. I'm like, what you send me that picture? He like, yeah. I'm like, well, I seen the picture. Like, I didn't know what I was, like, you didn't ask me a question. I saw it. I didn't know I was supposed to respond. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I suck on social media, by the way.
Me too.
So what he sent you the picture on to your messages, or
I don't
like
even
to your
remember.
phone, or to your inbox on your
It
on
might
your
have been.
Facebook?
It might have been to like my inbox. But I
Oh,
looked
that's
at
cool,
it,
right?
and when you look
Listen.
at it, it show him that you looked at it.
Seen. He seen that you saw it. So
Hey,
he
that's
wanted you to
another
say
rule
something
though.
about it.
You can't leave people on scene.
Oh yeah.
Why
What you
not?
mean?
Damn, you don't know none
You
of that.
gotta respond,
Right.
bro.
Right. We
To
gotta
what
write.
extent?
We gotta write a
Like,
a
That's a
rollout.
whole. That's
a
like
rollout
one of the
rule.
10 commandments. You can't leave nobody on scene, bro.
So you send me a picture, and I look at the picture. I got to do something else.
Yeah.
I got to
Like-
say I seen it.
Yeah.
I got to send a like.
Cause,
like-
'cause it's
Or
like,
you could
Hard.
say it's trash, but you gotta respond, bro.
that's like not responding to a text message. Cause like I be doing that to him. Like
No.
sometimes I'll send him funny stuff, like funny videos, TikTok videos and stuff. He get home like, you saw my video? You
But
saw
it
that video I
show
sent
you that he watched it, right?
No, it
No.
don't. And look, because normally
'Cause I
I
send
say
it to
something
his
about this
phone.
shit,
Oh, okay.
and I watch it, yeah. But I don't really be knowing how to respond to it. The most you gonna get is like a haha.
That's good
a
enough.
heart.
That's it.
I
That-
just
that's
want
it.
to know that. I
thumbs
just
up.
want, that's good
I'm
enough.
not about to be like
She wants some validation. I found this
awesome,
funny.
see?
awesome video.
So how
Did you see
minimal
it?
how minimal does the validation do? Because this is what I don't like, and this ain't social media. I feel like if you only go text me one letter, you ain't gotta text me. Anybody text K?
Okay.
Look, you can text OK.
I put 2K.
You-
KK.
If you
text
text
me
me
K?
K, you could have just saved
Burnt
us.
up.
K messy. When a person texts you K, it's like
Yeah, I don't like
uh,
that.
Like you ain't
No,
have
you
enough
won't
time
get
to
it.
press
You
That's
won't
one
like
more
that's
letter.
like that's like this. Like
That's what a
sending the
thumbs
like.
up is.
bloop.
Like,
Oh, you
man,
send that.
no, man. See,
You send a thumbs up in a text message? We fight.
oh
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah. I done took my time to text you.
Yeah, you a horrible communicator, God.
No, I talk to people.
Right,
That's
right.
what I do. I call them, man. We can situate it out. It's like, hey, look, I know I ain't pressed the like instead of the heart. I ain't got to do all that. I just call you and say, man, I say, hey,
Boy,
nice
like-
picture.
right.
I feel like responding to like funny videos and memes and shit is like a whole love language. Like you gotta be like dedicated to it, especially like with your
Yes.
significant other.
What if it's not funny? I got to say it wasn't funny.
Yeah, some type of response.
You gotta get the
Some
drive
type
They,
feed.
of
they ain't gonna be.
response.
They ain't gonna be fussing.
Well, you could just do like, well, you know, on an iPhone, you could just hold it down and hit a ha-ha. That's good enough for me.
So you want me to lie?
Absolutely.
You want me to lie,
Make
Craig?
me feel good.
You want me to ha something that I didn't laugh? See, that's what I see why that's what I don't do. See, if you see a under something, I really laughed at it.
That's what I.
I really did laugh at it. I ain't gonna just type LOL if I just like that's laughing to myself.
You ever been in a room with your significant other and they you send them a video and then they silently sent back LOL, like you didn't laugh out
You didn't
loud,
laugh
I
bro.
out
saw
loud.
you. I was
Yeah.
watching you.
I don't like that.
That's why I just
don't
send
like
the laughing emojis now.
Man, we got love bugs in the
Love
building.
That must be.
Turn it into a hate
But,
bug.
but it tell that boy up.
Box that boy up.
But I think social media plays a role in all relationships, whether it's like with your significant other, a friendship, family, Facebook relationships, the people that you only seen on Facebook. I think it plays like it's a lot that goes in. Facebook is work.
It is work.
It's work. Like, I mean, I feel like it's changed a lot of how people communicate.
I got one. Okay, so my thing is the one thing I love about Facebook relationships when you have a couple and it's like Jenny and Ted, whatever their last name is
Joint
Right.
accounts.
my number one thing is which
Y'all
one of y'all
smoking?
cheated? Which one of y'all
Right.
bitches cheated? Because somebody cheated
Right.
and got caught.
Right.
So now y'all got to share a Facebook.
yeah.
That's what
Fuck
joint
it,
accounts.
right?
That's what joint
That's-
accounts make you think.
That's some
Yeah.
shit right
Yeah,
there.
there's literally
Fuck.
no point to having a joint Facebook account.
No.
No benefit at all.
No. Like,
Well, that's-
why?
well, that's
Because then
lame.
in the comments, whenever they comment on something, they always got to put hyphen who commented.
I don't.
Like, I'm not about to do all that.
I ain't doing all that
I
shit.
ain't. I'm not about try to figure out who I'm talking to. Like that's too much. Why y'all doing this to me?
If y'all follow us, then y'all should know who is talking about, how they worded the shit.
Man, I'm not trying to figure all that out.
Hey,
Y'all can have separate Facebooks. I don't understand what's the point, because if a person want to do something, they gonna do it regardless.
Mm.
If I want to talk to somebody, they have so many other platforms. Like they got Snapchat, Twitter, what else they got? Instagram,
And that's what
TikTok. They got all these other platforms. So y'all share an account on all social media?
Maybe so.
Well, so I told you I was reading that article, something I might have heard a snippet on a podcast, and this chick was talking about how social media platforms are like making it easier for people to cheat. Like it's almost like you could make a private snap, you could send private messages, you could hide like your DMs, archive shit, you could put your phone in vanish mode. So that's what she was saying, like they making that shit so people can cheat, like, you know, and it's like, if you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
Yeah, I can't.
You gonna write a bitch a letter if you want to.
You can say it's making it
Send
a
them an
cheat, but
email.
Right.
it's making it for so many other reasons too. If
Right.
people utilizing it to cheat, then that's just what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I got a question from the audience.
Yeah.
Do y'all think they should take away the reaction buttons from
No.
socials to prevent people from seeking external validation? Or
I-
is it beneficial?
Can I answer first?
Go ahead.
All right, I think you only need 2 buttons, a like button and a dislike button. That's it.
That's how.
Like YouTube.
That's it, bro.
That's how.
Like and dislike.
Is it Reddit? Reddit's like that. You thumbs up
YouTube.
or thumbs
Oh
down.
yeah.
That's all
YouTube
you
used to be
need.
like that, but now they took it to where you can't, like, you could thumbs down it, you could dislike it, but they don't show you how many people disliked it. Like they only show the number count of the likes, which is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. I think it does add to the social media image and why people are so attracted to it, because I think that it's like a adrenaline rush that people get whenever they see those notifications. Like it's like a dopamine. Like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, whenever we used to come home, check out MySpace, you got the notifications on there. It's just knowing that you have notifications is what I think drives people to keep on going and checking and posting to get reactions from people, especially if you're not getting enough attention from the people around you. You're going to get it from social media by just posting something.
Facts. But on the other side, well, you could go ahead.
Well, I posted that clip with when we posted the flyer with Keke Palmer. She was on the Breakfast Club, and she was kind of talking about that, like how people like living for likes. Like people will post a picture and that shit only, like if your shit got 1 like you'll feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to delete it.
Right, people be deleting their pictures. They ain't got enough likes. I'm about to delete this. They don't have enough likes. Like, people really living for likes.
That's crazy.
So, I think them adding the other reaction buttons, like, other reactions are better than a like. Like, somebody love your picture, somebody, you know, they put that care, that was the most recent one they added, huh? The care with the hugging the heart. Like, I noticed when they made that change, but that's what she was saying. It's so addictive, bro. Like, you don't get enough likes. You taking their pictures down. You know what I'm saying? Looking in the comments, people reading every comment. I don't get that deep into shit, bro. Like,
man, the comments be lit, though. I'm a comment reader. The comments be lit, man. Sometimes the comments be better than the original post. So I can't.
I rarely do that. I look at the comments sometimes. Like, I only seem to do it for funny posts. If I think something is funny, I'm going to go see who else said something funny.
Because somebody probably said something funny.
Or if the post doesn't tell the complete story, I might go look in the comments to find out what happened. But I don't know, man. A lot of the social media stuff I don't really get consumed in. And I think it's big, especially Facebook, because I got on Facebook in like 2006 when it was like only for college students. So the whole transition, it was just a whole different thing. I never looked at it. It was always like a game. It was something we did when we had free time. So for it to transform into something so serious, something so used, I still just look at it as a game. Like, you know, something I log in and log off, almost like 2K. Like, I know it's not real when I'm getting on.
Yeah.
And when
I
stuff
feel
get too
that.
heated, I just get off.
But I also feel like you like a balanced person. Like you don't need like extra dopamine. Like when somebody hit that like button, like, I feel like you have enough though.
Yeah.
Like, you got enough going on in your life where you don't necessarily need that. So when somebody hits that like button to a person who ain't got much going on, it's like, oh shit, this is the only thing that's made me happy all day.
Right.
So like you become addicted to that. So I feel like the reaction was a part of capitalism. Like I'm gonna keep your ass on this site as long as I can.
course.
So
Most definitely.
once I give you that little hit of dopamine, it's like, nigga, that's crack.
Right.
That's crack.
Right. I think that was, of course, it was studied, just like the whole design of social media. Like, you know, you get on some apps and they don't even show you the time. Like, you got to get out of the app to see how long you've been on there. Like, so, I mean, I think it's part of the design to keep you coming back.
Okay, how much time y'all think y'all spend on social media a week? Like all platforms combined.
I don't know. I have a 3 hour.
Like 7 days a week, 7 days.
Yeah, like in an average 7-day span. Of course, it'll go up and down based on.
Man, I'm probably on social media like 25 to 30 hours.
A
Like,
week?
Maybe 4 days, like 4 hours out the day, just periodically. You know what I'm saying? Them reels be getting me, bro. Reels be fucking over me.
Yeah, that real
I'm,
algorithm is weird.
I'm kind of ashamed to say it. Well, I'm not ashamed to say it. So I'm probably between 50 and 60 hours. But I manage probably 11 or 12 different social media platforms for like different businesses, companies, people.
So you're not just consuming, you producing.
But I mean, it's the same thing because like it's weird because my feed doesn't look like my business feed. So if I'm on my business feed, I'm getting all these new reels that I never seen. If I'm on a business feed for somebody else, then it's like now I'm getting all of their content. So it's like all of these different streams, and you're picking up all this different information. How do I apply this? How do I, streamline that? So for me, it's a lot. It's a lot. I hate it actually.
Understandable though. It's not like I say. To me, that's not just consuming. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of consumption gets taken in, you're going there to actually produce.
But it's weird because it kind of feel like the hood person, like the dude who's selling drugs, but he got to do coke to stay up so he can sell more drugs. That's kind of how I feel.
He's Scarface now.
I mean, I put a like on on the iPhone. I don't know if they have it on the Androids or whatever, but
Yeah, we got it.
like where you can limit
we had it
screen
before y'all.
where you can limit screen time.
Yeah.
So
that
I
shit.
set mine for 3 hours. Like I just checked it and it said 2 hours and 50 minutes that I've been on social media just today.
Today?
So, I mean, I don't know my average throughout the day because, like I said, sometimes you just be scrolling and you lose track of time. So I really don't know. But I mean, it's set up in my phone. Like I could probably go and check it. But today it was probably about 3 hours.
I think I could check my shit too.
If I had to guess, because I don't know specifically, but shit, on an average week, I might spend like 10 hours on social media. Like, and that's stretching. I don't even think it's that much. Like most times, unless I'm actually posting something, I can't take more than like 15 minutes of Facebook, son. I really can't.
And see, I think like me, like if I'm posting something business wise or because like when you have a business or something, you have to post in order to stay in people's algorithm, which is dumb. I hate it. I wish that people would just start reading the newspaper again. That way I could just get rid of it. But I mean, I think like once you post something, you have to stay
gotta check 'em.
engaged and, you know, comment back to respond to the people that comment under it. That way your post stays in the algorithm.
That's probably the time that I spend the most on it, when I'm actually posting like a video or something, just to make sure it's right and all this other stuff. But day to day, I get on there, I read a couple things, I see what I see, but man, I just be having to be like, all right, that's enough. Like, I
Yeah, like
don't know.
see when they start showing stuff from 5 and 6 days ago, I'm like, man, what is going on? Now you got me looking crazy because I'm out here liking posts from 6 days ago before I
Right.
even realized what I
Right.
did. Now I got to get off of here.
I don't like posts
That's
that's
another
more than
rule.
2
Not-
days
not
old.
that-
That's another rule.
Now that person think you're crazy, you get a notification.
Yeah,
Because-
what's the longest you're supposed to wait? Like, because if I see something that's 5 days, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry,
I missed it.
I missed it.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
missed it. Like, but I mean, I will like them, but I'm only liking a certain amount, and then I'm just getting off because why you keep showing me stuff from so long ago? Because people might think that I'm on their page, scrolling, lurking on their page, and I'm
Right.
really not. Like, it's
Right.
showing up on my newsfeed.
I think that 2 days, bro, is the
2 days,
48
yeah.
hours.
2 days, bro. If you comment on something and it's more than 2 days old,
That's hard though.
That's
because,
weird.
Like, right now, the way the algorithm is set up is whatever is the most popular. So they'll give more weight to something from 5 days ago that has 30 likes and 12 comments over something that was posted last night with 12 likes and 2 comments. So the scales are kind of completely different. So like I don't even look at the times anymore. Like if I see something and like I'm entertained by it, like I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
Because I know that. I don't know if the average person knows that, but I know that.
It just, I primarily do that for birthdays. It'll be
For
like
what?
somebody's birthday, it'll be like 6 days later. I'm like, I ain't telling them happy
Oh,
birthday.
no.
You got a lot of that
Nah.
this shit though, because I feel like that. Like if you got a post that has, I think like for my birthday post, it had like 150 likes and maybe 60 comments. So like a week later, I'm still getting
Oh, yeah.
happy birthdays.
Oh yeah, you get more happy birthday comments on the thank you for sending me a happy
Right,
birthday.
right.
You
I
get
ain't even
so
post that,
many
right?
under that. Like
Right.
thank everybody yesterday. You get like 75 posts.
Right. So, back to relationships.
right?
I mean, so as far as like interacting with your significant other on social media, so like there's certain posts that at what point do you stop tagging your significant other after you realize they don't respond back?
Ooh.
What you mean tagging them in what?
Like because I've seen mainly girls, women, they'll tag their significant other in, I guess, like subliminal posts. Like if they see a post that they want their man to be like, or if they just tag them in random posts. You know, sometimes posts that you would just like send to your significant other messenger and y'all just laugh personally together or whatever.
But it's
They'll
public.
tag them in the post, share it, and tag their significant other, and the significant other never comments or reacts to it.
Okay, so this is fairly new to me. I would say no because that's not what I would do. You know what I'm saying? If there's a post I see that I think is beneficial for my significant other, it's direct message. I'm not gonna tag you in there.
Right.
You know
Well,
what
I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about the people that do. Like, because they have people that will
The messy
constantly
hoes.
tag, share, and tag. And I'm just like, I just get secondhand embarrassment because I'm just like, girl, stop.
Yeah, because
Like-
if you just tagging me in post, I'm not gonna respond. If that's just what you do.
But I think that's a clash between two different eras because you got like women who live their entire lives on social media, and you got men who like we
Be
don't do
working.
nothing on camera. We don't talk about anything in public. So I think that's just a culture clash. I don't think it's like I ain't doing something just to embarrass you. I think it's just like, nah, I really don't fuck with this.
So that's my question. At what point do you stop?
Me personally, Playboy, like after the first time, fuck, I'm done.
Right. I just feel like, okay, like if I do want you to see something, I'm gonna just send it to your messenger. I'm not gonna tag it for everybody to see that you ignoring me.
Right.
Like, especially after you done aired out y'all business on social media.
Yikes.
So
Yes.
everybody know that he done cheated before.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So when you add a little substance to it, and now it's like you really got yourself out here looking like a fool.
Right. But
And I hate that for y'all. Please stop.
I hate that for y'all.
PSA.
But that goes back, like, so how public are you with your relationship on social media? Like, I feel like y'all post pictures of one another, like when y'all go on vacation and stuff, like y'all just hanging out, y'all always together. But I feel like y'all have a understanding about posting on social media. Like, there's a whole rule about that. Like, I'm just learning this shit.
Like, what you mean? Like keeping, like, setting a boundary between, like, what you share?
I feel like a lot of women have this thing about where they don't post their significant other on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So you go from one extreme to the other. The person that posts everything about their relationship, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the people that been married for 10 years and you don't even know.
Right.
So, like, what's the rule, or what's the common ground? Like, where's the middle spot?
So
I think. Oh, you go ahead, bro.
honestly, like this the first time that I've actually been open on social media in my relationship. Like, I was that person, like, that you don't really know who I talk to. I ain't posting no pictures of them, pictures with them, none of that. You know, like, I was that person. Like, this the first time I've been open about that with her, and it's because the other times I was cheating. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to move like that. Like, you kind of have, I ain't gonna say that's why everybody doing it, but that's why I mainly did it. Like, I wasn't living right. I wasn't doing right by women, so I'm not about to be posting and shit like that. I'm not about to get caught up on Facebook.
I don't know. Me, myself, I don't know. I take a different approach because it's like I said, all right, you got to start out with the fact that I look at that as something, it's like a game. You know what I'm saying? So if I got the mindset to look at it like a game, then I control the game. You know what I'm saying? I understand that people show you what they want you to see only. You know what I'm saying? And they got extremes to that. The things I tend to care about in life, in the real life, I don't really care to put it on social media in abundance. I put my kids on there because they're hilarious, but I'm not going to flood y'all with it's my kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the videos I take is for me. It's my pictures. Like, it ain't for everybody. And I tend to do that with a lot of things that I just hold dear to me. Like, it ain't for the world. Like, a lot of that shit just for me, but I put some stuff out there. I don't feel like I hide anything. I would hate to fall in that category, like, oh, you don't post a lot because you got something to hide. Like, I had to deal with that shit before, and it's like, it's not that. It's just, why? Like, if you see me in real life, then you know me. You know what I'm saying? I still live in the real, that's how I classify. I still live in the real world, man.
Right.
You see me outside, we gonna have fun. You see me on social media, it
bored.
could be fake.
Right.
It could be fake.
I kind of feel like it's like social media is an extension, like, especially if you're married. I feel like social media is an extension of, like, your wedding ring. Because I feel like that creates a boundary. Like, if I'm wearing a wedding ring, then a good woman will say, oh, he married. I ain't about to, do anything crazy with that man, or, jump in his DMs or anything. So I feel like if you hiding your girl, or, like, y'all don't post each other, it's like, it's fair game. Like, it's buku women who, like, say a lot of outrageous things to me because, like, I don't post no woman. And I'd be like, nah, I ain't really on that type of time. But
They be in your DMs, bro?
huh?
They be in your DMs?
Hard.
Cozy boy.
Hard.
Cozy boy.
It goes down
But
in
I'm
the
a
DM.
child of God. I'm trying to live my life correct. Once upon a time, I probably would have been taking advantage of that.
It goes
But
down.
I've done both things. I've been, like, super transparent about, like, my marriage, my wife, my kids, and all of that. And now, like, I'm trying to learn all of this new shit with a new relationship. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's more work for you. Because it got some ratchet ass people in this world, and they don't care whether or not you with somebody. They know what they want.
No.
Right.
But I feel like having that barrier of, like, nah, I'm a good, faithful, committed man. Like, having that wall up, it keeps a lot of the trash out.
So do you feel like it's like do you feel like you eventually get to that point of wanting to share? I mean, I know it's
want
still
to.
kind of new.
I want to, but my girl, she not with that at all.
You trying to share a social media account?
No, I'm talking about like
Finna say, boy, you
just
about to
posting
go.
one another, or if we doing something. Like I don't care either way. Like it don't make or break my day. Like I didn't get to share with the world that we went on this fantastic date. That don't really matter to me.
Yeah, and most times when I'm having a good time, I don't take no pictures anyway. I'm having a good time.
But okay, so my thing is like, I have one picture with my mother, like in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I started having kids, it's like I became like super focused on that. Like I want to create memories. So at first I was like you, I was kind of like, I'm taking pictures for myself. But then I was like, what if you die and nobody got the password to your phone? So my Instagram became like a living
Like, all right,
Like a photo
photo
album.
time
book.
capsule
Right,
for
right,
that.
right,
So like
right.
anybody could see it. So like if my kids grow up and they say, I want to see what my daddy was doing in 2012.
And look, that's one of the reasons I don't delete social media as well, because it is that. Because I don't know what my great grandfather looked like. If that nigga had a Facebook, I could go check it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was a thing back then.
But I show the good, the bad, the ugly. Like I share with my struggles. I share when I'm down. I'm share when I'm up. Because I feel like that transparency is going to add texture and context to that generation. Like if my kids or my grandkids or whoever stumble upon my Facebook, like my grandfather was a really dynamic
gonna
man.
be
This
so
nigga
funny.
had some issues, but he was cool as fuck.
Boy, that is gonna be hilarious.
But that goes both ways though, because just like you said, it's documenting and taking memory of the things you're doing. What about when people go viral for doing something embarrassing or get beat up or knocked out on camera, twerking, all kind of shit? Like Facebook holds those memories as well. Like that shit come around every year.
Yeah,
Oh,
Facebook
you gotta
message
get
too.
reminded
Facebook
of
be
that
popping
shit.
that, be putting that shit back on there.
Right.
2 years
What if
ago,
there's some shit in your past you trying to, that shit gonna come up.
But I feel like that, like if you walk in the walk of just like, hey, I'm a regular person living a regular life, like I don't give a fuck. Like it's a lot of shit that pop up in my memories and I'd be like, nigga, that's cringe as fuck. Like I don't want nobody to know that. Like I don't share it, but it's still public. So
I'll
if
be
you want to see
deleting
it, you
some
can
of
see
it.
it.
Right.
Delete. Oh, I said that. Oh,
my
delete.
memories
Right.
pop up. I'd be like, man, what was I doing
Right.
that night?
Right.
That specific time when I typed that, like, what the fuck was I
Everybody think that Sam in that picture,
Which
where
one?
that dude pointing alcohol in that dude mouth.
Which one?
The picture with the dude with the braids that looked like you when you was younger. And then they reported, boy, that dude look just like Sam, dog. Every year that shit roll around, somebody tag Sam with that. I really thought that was you though.
I did too.
And you my brother.
It could have been me.
Somebody could have been.
Man, they got a couple videos that people tag me and be like, man, I thought that was you. I like, nigga, I thought that was me too. Like, for real, son. That look like something I do.
Off topic, that was wild because a couple of months ago, somebody had tagged me in a post of this guy in Alabama with Country Wayne. I'm like, that boy. I'm like, did I meet Country Wayne? He looked just like me.
Yeah, facts. I saw that, boy. I
Bro,
thought that was you.
I went through that boy a whole photo list. I'm like, this boy been my twin forever.
For real, huh?
Yo, doppelganger.
When I had a
They
haircut,
cloned
he had a
Trey
haircut. When he got dressed, I had dressed.
They cloned you,
Boy,
bro.
that's crazy.
They cloned Trey.
I really was.
You had a
Tyrone.
twin. You should have hit him up.
Right.
I don't know. I feel weird about that.
Real, man. Who your dad
I'm
is?
like, what's up, twin? You know, everybody know that's the slang right now. What up, twin?
Right.
I want to go back to what you said about pictures with your mom, because I have to literally almost tie my mama down and take a picture. And I be trying to explain to her, I'm like, you don't realize, like, once you gone, this is going to be the only thing I have.
Facts.
Like, I have a handful of pictures of me and my mom, and all of them were forced. Like,
Right.
I made her
Son.
take them, or it's an off guard that I just snapped to her just chilling or something.
I told my mom, I'm like, man, y'all, as you get older, this is what I think you should adapt, right? You should take at least one good picture every year. Because I'm tired of people having a high school picture. You 78 years old. You got the high school picture on your obituary. Like, man, you don't look like that, man.
On your picture.
For
Like,
real.
man, take your
I be-
picture
I be
one
looking at
picture
the-
every year,
I
man.
be looking at that shit like, now you're not going to heaven because you lied on this obituary. I know where you going.
You lie on your obituary.
I know where you going. But
That's a good point though. Like I try to tell the same thing to my kids because they be like, "We gotta take a picture." Like, yeah, we gotta take a picture.
Right. We gotta
We
capture
don't
this
have
moment.
no pictures from this year together. Like, yeah, we gotta take a picture. Like, I'm super like locked into that shit. Like, I like that.
Yeah, we gotta capture those moments. Like, you know, anytime you went to somebody's house or something, they got a photo album somewhere you could flip through and look at their old pictures. And I think that that's something that we should bring back, because what if social media shuts down? Half of our life is on it.
For real.
Like, all of my Google storage is full. My iCloud is full. I'm tired of buying storage. I'm about to just start printing stuff out.
You say, well, the internet went away or social media?
Well, either or.
I wish social media do go away for like 2 years. I actually wish that.
Nah,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that either. But I'm just saying, if you relying on the internet or these storage, with Google or iCloud, if you relying on that, then what if it all just goes away one day? Because I know for a fact that some of my images are gone from my iCloud. Like, I don't know what happened to them, but I checked it, and I know that I had way more pictures in there than I did. Some stuff that I remember taking that was in there before that's not in there no more.
Man,
So
still in all shit.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though. If you think about just humans in general, like, all right, so before they had that mean that's a memory that you literally would have just forgot. Like, it don't matter. Like,
Well, that's
I
what
don't
the
think
picture
I don't
for.
think we supposed to
memory.
store that much information. Like, you're supposed to forget things. You're supposed to like leave some space for new stuff.
I mean, I guess like I wasn't really like, because I did think about it like that. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's something that
Yeah,
was
maybe that
supposed
picture
to
at
be-
City Club wasn't that important.
right. But like, I do want to start printing out more pictures, and like I feel like we don't. Sometimes when you go to people's houses these days, you don't see family
Right.
photos no more.
Right.
So
That's a
I
fact.
think that is needed, like, just to bring that warmth into the.
What happened?
I feel played.
You got a mad emoji.
What you laughing for?
Hey, but I want to bring up a point though.
I gotta
So-
say what I was laughing at first, bro.
During COVID, like when we had the shutdown and we didn't have like football, do you realize like how chaotic the world was when we didn't have football? Imagine if you had no football and no social media.
Yeah, so
What the world would burn down. We're so dependent on it. Not, I ain't gonna say like us specifically, but like the world in general. I think people are so dependent on it. Like if that goes away one day, like for an extended period of time, I really think like a whole revolution would start.
Hey man, it'll definitely get worse before it get better. But it's one of them things that I feel like is like necessary to bring humanity back to like kind of like when the storm came. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no electricity. It was like, oh shit, life could be this real. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people that was like, hey man, for the first time I seen my kids playing like I used to play. They was outside. You know, we had to hang clothes up on the clothesline. It's like, even though that's old fashioned, it still worked.
My
In the
grandma
time
still
of a
use her
crisis.
clothesline.
It'll work. It'll work forever. The sun go dry that bitch. You know,
My
so
grandma would definitely
it's
hang
like-
her sheets up right now.
I think it'll bring us back to like, oh, okay, like, we were still living without this social media thing. You know, it was
Yeah,
still
bro.
all good. And then
I
when
mean,
they
I
come
think the
back, we'll
same thing with
appreciate
COVID
it.
though. Like I feel like COVID was kind of like a blessing in disguise for some people.
COVID
like-
was turned.
Yeah, COVID, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Without the sickness, it would have been a lot better, but I think it opened a door for a lot. If you used it wisely.
Right.
Some people didn't, but
I
you know.
did. I was outside. That's when I got into going to hiking and falling in love with flowers and looking at the fucking moon. Like that was lit to me.
You know why? Because you had time to.
We ain't had nowhere to be.
Yeah, I know time.
I was working 2 days a week. I was happy.
See what I'm saying?
Kids out of
See
school,
what I'm
but we in
saying?
the woods, boy.
I'm gonna
We
look
in
at
all
these flowers.
Louisiana
I'm gonna look at
in the
these
woods.
flowers for a little while, man.
They
I
ain't
ain't
have
gotta
no
go to work.
traffic. They ain't have no traffic on the road. Boy, that was great. That was my favorite thing about it. No traffic.
I'm telling you, so I got on the airplane, man. They had like 7 people on there. I'm like, boy, this is the best
You was in
flight
first
ever.
class?
Huh?
You was in first class?
Man, I was in class. Just whatever class.
She
Ain't
kinda
nobody
was.
on there.
What you was laughing at?
She really on
He
that.
forgot.
All right. No. When you said, like, you know, people don't take family pictures no more and shit, and I thought about how, like, everybody in the old days used to take them family pictures. Boy,
That's serious.
our family picture toe up. Boy, my mom got Jerry curl. She done put them hard ass sailor suits on me and Sam.
Talking about Sailor.
That's how it is, man.
I definitely had one.
I ain't never
White
wanted no
jacket
sailor.
with the pinstripe shorts.
Like what era was that? Like what y'all was watching, the Love Boat? Like why y'all made y'all?
Yeah,
I'm
why
in
you
that
dressing
bitch
up
looking
like
like Captain Crunch.
You don't even know a sailor. Like why would you dress me up like
Somebody you
that?
don't even know.
you don't know no sailors.
And I feel like everybody, like black mamas, did that to their kids. Like what was that about? I ought to call mom and ask her.
Yeah, like, why you dressing
That was
up
the
like
style. That's what she gonna say. That was the
That shit
style.
was
That's
never no
exactly
style.
what she gonna say.
Style for what?
You wasn't wearing that shit. It wasn't the style. But that's what she gonna say though. That was the style.
I can
back
hear
then.
her.
Sam got a cold ass picture of the afro in that sailor. Boy, that is cold.
Sailor suit. About to go to Vietnam.
I definitely was Captain Crunch.
Right.
Talking about Captain Crunch.
So I want to bring it to another point where studies are showing that social media is making people like less humane. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
Oh boy, they been tearing me up with talking about BG.
oh,
Oh, I'm gonna
they
fight
killing
everybody
my
that's
dog,
talking about BG right now.
They killing
What's
BG.
wrong with BG?
Man, they
Boy, you
been
ain't see the
ripping, they been
memes?
talking
They
about
say-
BG.
they say-
he just got out of jail. What you want him to look like?
They say he look like Sexy Red.
Hey, that's Sexy Red fault.
Oh my God!
You ain't seen the meme?
No!
Boy, they been
Boy, you
going
ain't see
in
that
on
meme?
BG.
Oh boy, I'm about to. Boy, you
Man,
got
they
to
been
see
going
this.
in on
I'm
BG.
off the loop, bro.
Boy, you
Boy.
got to see
Man,
this.
they tripping, man. Y'all talking to the cleanup man. Y'all,
Man,
y'all,
I
y'all,
hate
y'all
that.
better get it together.
I hate
Smoother than sand. You heard me?
Right.
You
Boy, I
better
got
get it together.
Y'all
man.
not
Turn
fucking
that-
with BG like that.
Man,
Boy, they was on BG head.
You know
they
what
been
happened?
tearing him up, man.
You know why, son? Because choppers don't hit the same no more.
Nigga need a Draco.
Yeah, you Chopper
Gotta have
City
that
used to
switch.
give you some. Yeah, they got the switches now, man. You can break that
Man, I
old ass
cannot
chopper you
find
want.
that shit. Oh man.
Man, I don't know, dog. Hey, look, all jokes aside, I can't wait till that Cash Money tour come.
Boy, it's
They
gonna
ain't
be
coming,
it's
bro.
gonna-
Man, it's coming.
They ain't gonna have Turk. I don't want it.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Why
they
they
not
ain't gonna have
to-
Turk?
And
I
Baby
saw
said
that.
he don't fuck with Turk no more.
He didn't say that, bro. I watched it. He didn't say that.
Turk be tripping.
He said that. Well, the video I saw, because I saw people talking about that too, saying he don't fuck with BG. He was saying that Turk. He was saying that he didn't meet Turk when Turk got out of jail because he wasn't fucking with Turk like that before he went to jail. He was like, no shade to him. He's still a hot boy, but I wasn't fucking with Turk like that before he went to jail. You know what I'm saying? He ain't Joe's Turk, none of that shit.
People gotta. That's another conversation
Yeah,
for
we
another
going way
day.
off
but-
track.
Right.
I mean, that's
I think it applies though because like people look up to these people. So if Baby, Wayne, BG, if they act or do something a certain way, that becomes the standard.
Yeah, but you gotta separate what. All right, so what I don't like is when the social media reaction makes the actual people react. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think that's happening in this case, but what people looking at this gotta understand is like, hey man, like Birdman and Turk are real people. Like it's not a lie if he say he didn't really mess with them like that. Even though we feel like he should have, he portrayed that they did as a record label. Like man, they two men. They both know how they dealt with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as they got it straight, son, then like I can't ever like feel like, oh man, Birdman should have did this. I don't know the situation. I know it's hard managing artists. I know that.
But also, it's like I don't think people look at the context of like growing up in New Orleans, like
Right.
niggas from uptown don't fuck with people from
Right.
downtown.
Right.
If you from the 3, you don't fuck with people like from the 7. Like it was really crazy for Manny Fresh to even be on Cash Money. So with the situation with Turk and Birdman, like I completely understand that because I know the context. Like we don't mix neighborhoods like now. Like we adults, we could do that shit now. But we didn't fuck with the West Side like that when it was the 90s. Like we didn't fuck with y'all like that, and y'all ain't fuck with us like that. It's the same way in New Orleans, but probably to the 100 power.
Right. So, just real off topic. Like, this is a question you ain't even got to answer. I just want you to think about it because I asked somebody this recently. Who's the most important person in Cash Money as a whole?
The most important person, as far as artists,
As far as Cash Money.
Slim.
I can't take that from you. I think that's one of the hardest questions to answer, son.
Yeah, because they got so many, like.
Because the personalities are dynamic. You can say Slim, and somebody could say Lil Wayne because he's the greatest rapper, and I could be like, what about Manny Fresh? And you'd be like, damn.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been alive without them beats. But I gotta say, Baby, man, that nigga.
What about Birdman?
Because Birdman, like,
He
really
Birdman.
capped his way to the top.
That man wasn't capping, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
That
He ain't
man
got no
wasn't capping.
he ain't got no platinum football film.
Hold on, son. It was a difference between stunting and capping.
True.
Travion.
He introduced the world of stunting. See, that's the
it's
thing.
a difference
The
between
world ain't know
stunting
nothing
and
about
capping.
stunting, son. That's true. That's true.
People who cap know they lying.
Stunting
When
is a
I'm
form,
stunting,
That's a
I'm
form-
doing this on a whole nother level just to be braggadocious.
that's a form of manifesting.
Right. A lie is a manifestation, too.
So when he was talking about the island, when he was talking about stunning island, before he even moved to Miami, it was like,
he really do got that shit.
this was,
This is before Katrina.
man, what the album was? With Colors, Monte Carlos, and Regals. Get It How You Live?
Mm-hmm.
Volume 2. He was talking about Stunning Island. That boy really got Stunning Island now.
Yeah, you really got it. He manifested.
I think stunning and capping is two different things.
I could roll with that.
I feel
can
like
roll with that.
niggas who cap,
Yeah,
they really
yeah.
some lying ass.
Yeah, because you
motherfuckers.
know he the number one stunner. They ain't even got no number two stunner.
Right.
James Brown, Jackie Chan, and this bitch like MacGyver. Who could do that? But
Who
baby?
else in the category with them dudes? Jason Statham.
MacGyver was cold. But back to the humanity issue, like, you know, like, I be wondering what people think, like, it's like you see some stuff on Facebook, people jose it, especially I'm talking about like in the tri-parish. Like, man, if some shit happen with somebody, like, I don't be josing that shit, like rubbing it in people's face, you know what I'm saying? Unless I really, really know the person. But like people are partaking of Joes.
I don't like it.
I don't like it, bro.
They
Like,
be going
what you
too far and they don't know when to stop. It be going on for days and days and days until something else comes up that they could joke about.
But
It's
I think
too
that's-
much.
I really
It's
feel like
so
everybody
negative.
who jokes is just losers.
It's so negative. Like, it's so low vibrational.
I feel like you're a loser. If you jose, and that's the only, like, good thing about your life right now, that's the only thing that give you joy is josing on somebody else's pain,
Right.
I feel like you're a loser.
Like, just bringing other people down
I don't know,
so
man.
you
But-
can feel
but-
good
but
about
you-
yourself.
But you get on social media and laugh at people. You know, you hope that they got stuff on there that's funny.
I
really
laugh.
don't.
I don't know. I laugh with people.
I mean, if somebody on a video and they fucking fall down and bust their head, you're not laughing with that person.
Oh, well,
I don't really find that shit funny.
I'm talking about like people that's like on my news feed that just anything that happened to somebody in the tri-parish, like they gonna beat them down to the
It's
ground
toxic.
till they can't go no more.
It's
Like
toxic.
till they run people away from Facebook until it cool down and then you see them pop back up because it's too much.
all that like exposing
that's-
people and shit like that? Like,
I'm definitely not for exposure.
they had a group recently that was like exposing people like from Hummer. I don't even know what was really in there, but I just caught the ass end of the people was like a joke where dudes from the tri-parish was joining him and supposedly like exposing the girls they fuck with in the group.
I'm 50-50 maybe not 50-50.
I feel like that's some whole shit.
Maybe like maybe like 75-25 between exposure because like it depends. I'm predominant not for exposure, but I mean, what are the circumstances?
I
You
get
know what
that.
I'm
I get that. I get what you're saying. Like,
I mean, other than
if
like,
it's somebody around here spreading diseases,
Yeah, exactly. What are
if
the
it's
circumstances?
that, child rape, you assaulting
Yeah,
women, like I can
child
understand
predators.
that. But if you're just talking about people that you're sleeping with, like you a loser.
Yeah,
like, you
that's
a
that.
30-year-old man doing that, you was a loser. You don't have nothing going on in your life.
Like I just
I'm
can't.
glad
I
you
can't
said
get
that.
with that, bro. Like like we all might share pictures, news with somebody, but like for somebody to, I feel like that's something like only a few people should have. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not something that just like a random. I ain't gonna say a random person, but like a person you just messing with to have like naked pictures of you and shit. I don't know. Like that's the wave. Like my young boy at work be like, man, I'm about to see if I could get this girl to send me some nudes. I'm like, people just do that.
That's weirdo
Oh, yeah.
energy. Bro.
they leave with them these days. I be seeing people saying check y'all kids' phones and stuff because they be leading with news.
That's what they know. That's what they think. Like dudes want.
It's also illegal. Like that's the other part about it. Like
But nobody don't ever take it that far though. Like they just deal with it and just let
but
it die down.
it shouldn't be like that though. Like
Right.
it's accepted in the culture, so the people just roll with it.
Right.
But you should know that it's illegal. Like you can't
Right.
do that.
Right. Oh Lord, social media, dog. It's a lot.
I don't know, man. A lot of these things I don't deal with. Like a lot of the, I don't know.
I mean,
guess
I
I'm
don't
not
deal
on
with a
there
lot of
enough.
it personally, but just being on there, you see certain things. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that go on there that I don't agree with. That I could live without.
Look, man, in my 20 minutes on social media today, I might remember one thing that I saw. And that one thing that I remember always come back around in some form of conversation or somebody else bring it up and I had to be like, oh, I seen that. Like, that's generally how my social media experience go. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I do realize like I'm super desensitized to like shit that should not be okay.
Oh yeah, I think
Like,
that's.
I've seen like at least one murder a day.
I think that's a part of the plan. Like I think that because there's certain stuff that you get flagged for, like why you get flagged for, or why you go to Facebook jail for using a curse word or saying that you're gonna beat somebody up in a joking manner, like you go to Facebook jail, which I notice people ain't been going to Facebook jail. That's another story. But you see videos of people getting killed all the time, but I can't say a curse word. I can't type out a curse word. But you got violence, all types of violent videos on social media, on the internet. Period. It's everywhere.
That spawned the SSA, saying I didn't know what meant for the longest. And I sent somebody, I think it was Cody posted, it's like, man, why you ain't tell me SSA meant ass? And I was like, I had to make Nick explain it to me. Like, you was getting like sent to Facebook jail for saying ass.
But that's capitalism because the people that sponsor and have ads, they don't want that type of content. So if you notice now on YouTube, you can't use cursing and be monetized at the same time. So like that's a part of the whole capitalistic thing. Like I can show you chopping somebody's head off as long as you don't say pussy. Like that's weird. That's really
crazy.
weird.
That's crazy. But yeah, I noticed. I don't know what's going on right now, but I've been seeing a lot of people cussing each other out, and they still been active.
I'm against Facebook jail.
Oh yeah, that's dumb.
I think that's the worst thing you could subscribe to. Like you gonna let somebody lock you up in a fake world?
Right.
That's
stupid.
right.
In the
That's
metaverse.
crazy.
Yeah,
and then
like,
come back and say you finish your 30-day juice.
Yeah, that's the dumbest shit in the world.
Saying
Right.
free me.
And it's like, I done literally witnessed people that we cool with be in Facebook jail and they so addicted to Facebook that
And
they
they make
like
another
make
page.
another account I know somebody like 3-4 accounts, like
Yeah.
just in case they go to Facebook jail.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna get on there.
Right.
Right.
I actually don't know if I've ever been like blocked or in Facebook jail or something like that. I don't even know if it ever.
Oh, you
happened
would
to me.
know. I've never been, but I mean, like,
I don't have
you
no-
can. I think you can look,
You can check it.
but you
I ain't
can't.
never
You
been.
can't post nothing,
They-
or you can't comment on stuff.
I got a
but they
warning.
let you look.
I got a warning. That was it.
I made it to the holding tank. They put me in the holding
was
tank.
it,
Yeah, suspended for like 24 hours. I feel like that's the holding tank.
Oh, you know what my warning was for? Because I had posted about the giveaway at McCannaville Gym, and Trader Truth was coming down here. So I had tagged him, and somebody reported the post. So I was in Facebook jail for 24 hours, like during Hurricane Ida. Boy, I was pissed off.
Somebody reported the
bad.
post about Trey.
Yeah, because they were saying it was false information. I'm like, nah,
Wow.
like, I got the emails, bro.
Hey, they
I ain't
tell-
gonna lie. I've been reporting people posts that's been talking about BG. So if your post got taken down, it probably was because of me.
they be people actually report.
Hold up. What has to happen for you to report a post? Because I don't care enough, I guess.
I report posts.
What kind of
What?
post you report?
I report posts.
I think that was the only time. This is the only time
It's
that I
like six
reported
size
something.
My
snitching.
biggest pet peeve is women beating their kids on social media. I report that shit like right now. I don't think, like you talking about how
How
like
often does
10,
that
20 years from now, like some shit popping up in your memories. Imagine your mama whoop your ass at 12 and you a 30-year-old man and that shit pop up and go viral again of you getting beat at school. Like I report
how
those
many
ASAP.
videos do you see like that?
A lot.
That's
That's
crazy.
your
I
algorithm.
don't see that shit.
I don't see it
Oh,
either.
me either.
Y'all don't follow enough ratchet people, man.
I
got
must
all the
not.
ratchet
I
I
homies
must
feel
on
like
my
I
social
follow
media.
plenty.
I've come to that conclusion that my timeline is not like everybody else's timeline.
Yeah.
Be thankful.
Like I miss a lot of shit. Like a lot of stuff. I tell you, man, I miss a lot of stuff.
Be
I catch
thankful.
what I catch.
Be thankful.
If it's
'cause they
for me,
get
it's for me,
real
bro.
trifling on Facebook.
It's bad, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
But
I
that
thought it
like
was all
so
good.
so is Facebook the most toxic social media platform?
Absolutely.
I don't think so. Like in
I
the big
think so.
scheme of things,
Yeah, it
I think
depends on what
Instagram
y'all.
I
is
mean,
worse.
I guess like, well, whenever you think about it like that, but like as far as like local, I mean, I guess because it's mainly filled with people that you know, so
Right.
it's very toxic. But I mean, mainstream, I don't know.
Instagram got to be the worst.
I think Twitter,
know.
bro. Everything pop off on Twitter. Like
I don't even take them people serious. Like I'm like Sam when it comes to Twitter. Y'all are not real. Y'all are bots from Russia.
everything.
Y'all can't be that fucking stupid.
I
That's
used
how
to
I
be
am
into
with
Twitter,
most
but
of
I done been to Twitter jail multiple times back in the day.
I was on Twitter first day it started.
Yeah,
I was
Twitter
out
used
there.
to be popping, but lately, I mean, I tried to get back on there and it just don't catch me no more. But I guess it depends on what platform you use and your algorithm
That's
that determines the most toxic
I
social
lurk
media.
on Twitter. Like I don't even post on Twitter no more.
What type of toxic though?
I guess just like negativity, seeing death, like people getting killed all the time.
And see, I think it's the type of toxic you know what I'm saying, because you go get a certain type of toxicity on Facebook compared to Instagram. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instagram, I can't let my kids play with my Instagram camera because you might go on the, you know what I'm saying, whatever I guess it's a For You type page for Instagram, it might have, half naked women on it. And it's not because of nothing other than bathing suits or something like that. It's summertime. You might have you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to kids, to me, they got a more chance of being exposed to something they shouldn't be on Instagram than Facebook. But when it comes to people nagging and getting in the shit, then it's Facebook over Instagram.
I think Facebook is just more trivial.
It's more local. Like I think it's the local,
But
aspect
Twitter
of
is
it.
like the heavy shit.
Yeah, that's the world. That's go get you in the
Yeah.
real.
You use one wrong word on Twitter, like your whole life over.
But
it's
the thing
not
is,
Twitter
you-
no more,
but-
it's X.
X. I'm sorry.
But you're not go really. You'll get into it with people that you may not particularly ever see. Facebook, you get into it with somebody, you probably gonna see their ass Saturday.
Right.
You know what I'm
But they
saying?
not. I mean, niggas ain't gonna slap me.
I mean, hopefully not.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I really don't want to have to socialize with people that might. That's why I just keep on scrolling. Like
But that's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
see
Like
stuff,
on
shake
Twitter,
my head,
like
keep
people
on.
write these whole dissertations about like shit that I don't even care about. Like they don't have nothing to do with my life. Like I don't care about that.
I do see some. I'm not on like Snap, but the young people that I be around that's on Snap, man, nigga, that's different too.
Snapchat is wild.
Yeah, Snap.
I
Yeah,
was-
so it depends on your toxic, bro. Cause Snapchat, man, you
It's wild.
you could buy 30 switches on Snapchat right now.
For real.
But you Snapchat is borderline the black market.
Man, it really is.
Snapchat.
Well, Snapchat is the dark web.
It really is.
Boy, look, don't even get into that shit,
make a
boy.
post.
For
Make that a
real.
post.
You on Snap, you can
For
find
real.
whatever you want on Snapchat.
Like people will post stuff that they don't want other people to see, like on their Facebook and Instagram on Snapchat.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if it's because it disappears in 24 hours. I don't know what makes people want to post stuff that they wouldn't post on other platforms on Snapchat. I don't know.
I
It
find it
don't.
weird, bro. Like, and then like the dynamic between like kids being friends with like their friends' parents or their teachers, like that shit is
Oh,
weird
yeah.
as fuck to me.
Right.
Y'all friends on Snap, but y'all not friends on any other platform.
Right.
So I automatically assume, oh, you fucking that little boy.
Oh,
God damn.
That's
That
immediately
what
where
you
I go
assume?
to.
That's what you
That's
assume?
generally my thing. With Facebook though, like I'm one of them people. I could probably say maybe 80% of the people on my Facebook, I know them or have known them at a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude that just accept everybody. Like I probably got more people under my request that's go like it's go be there forever.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I forgot where I was going, but with that being said, it's like I can't be like I'm real big on bots and stuff, like knowing if stuff real. That's my biggest like slight with social media. I get stuck in this point to where I don't know if this shit real or not. Like I don't know if you're doing it for likes or if it's actually really happening.
Or if it's even like in
A person.
reality.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Is it AI?
Right.
I was
That's
saying
all
that during
it
the
is.
whole George Floyd shit. I'm like, most of the stuff that people are reposting is literally coming from Russia.
Right.
Like there was a lot of accounts on Twitter that weren't real people, but they were learning how to use the right vernacular to sound like an educated black woman or an irate white woman, but they would use something that was real obscure, like putting a dollar sign behind the numbers. Like, and I would pick up on that, but people wouldn't pick up on it. And I'm like, bro, that's not even a real person.
Oh, that's what I say. Anybody that put their dollar sign behind the numbers, they not gonna pay you for one. But they're not real. Like if you got 15 and a dollar sign after, you not gonna pay that nigga. You ain't even typed that right.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of instigation that was going on that was coming from Russia, and we hyping the shit up like, oh, this is a point that I believe in, or on the other
Right.
side, it's like, oh, this is a point I believe. Like, bro, that's not even coming from within this country. Why is y'all even stressing about that?
It's all data collection. Like seeing what makes people react, how they react to it, and it just keep redoing these apps to make you more drawn into it, so that they
Alright.
can keep feeding you lies.
So what's going on are the algorithms producing what people want, or are they dictating what people want? You know what I'm
Definitely
saying?
dictation.
I mean, because it'll have a next video for you, and just so happen you actually like this video. So what's going on at that point?
Did you see on the Social Dilemma the dude that created the algorithm? He was on
Oh, yeah.
that.
He
Yeah.
was like, nah, this is a monster. Y'all
Right.
should not be
Right.
into this.
Right. It's like he kind of regret even being a part of it.
But that's the same way, like, the guys who created Chat GPT
yeah.
and all these other AI software is like, you've opened Pandora's box. You
Right.
can't control it. Like,
Change the world.
Right.
they are the ones who are like going to Congress and say, y'all need to make laws because it ain't nothing we could do as developers to stop this shit.
Right.
So yesterday I saw that the military now has AI drones. So the way the drone operates is if, like right now, if you fly a drone in China, they'll scramble the GPS. They can't go nowhere. So they're giving the drones the ability to know where to go without having to communicate with any map.
Right.
So they have fighter pilots that fly along with the AI drones to try to teach them if people can catch up or not. You know, like certain things like G-force, and if you go too fast or too slow, you know, you can just black out. They don't have that. So they're trying to teach the AI how to fly, but they have like no limits. Do we really want that? Like that sounds like Terminator.
No.
So what a smart person would say, and I mean emphasis on smart, is that at a certain point, because humans have to create the AI, there'll always be a way to control it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Humans pretty resilient. Humans figure shit out. Like, I know this AI shit smart, but like, you know, humans figure shit out. And eventually, if things got bad enough, then a human would figure out how to stop it, right?
But I think that everything plays into effect with each other. Like, I feel like that's why they are trying to dumb everybody down so that we're not capable of
That's facts.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I watched something. Was that something that I watched? I don't know. I saw something that said that we might have been talking about that, how people, it's hard for some people to hold their attention for like a 7 to 30-second video.
Right.
Like, if it doesn't catch your attention in the first couple seconds, then you swiping. It's, you know, our attention span is shorter. People don't communicate. People don't work together because they can't communicate with each other. So I don't know. I think it's all a part of the plan.
I don't know, man. Neo figured out the Matrix, bro. Like, eventually, the one will figure it out.
Eventually, but we'll eventually be too late.
I mean, fuck, it's gonna be too late for us anyway. I
I
mean,
hope
we only
not.
got a lifespan of about 80 years.
Let's
You know
say,
what
I
I'm saying?
don't
I ain't
be
tri-
here to see.
I don't care what happened after I'm gone.
But you leaving your children behind,
pros and
though.
cons.
I mean, that's the problem that their generation gonna have to deal with. The people before us ain't give a fuck about that shit. They lived.
Right.
It was on us to figure out what's gonna happen about global warming.
Well, they say like the AI is it gets smarter than the human, than the creator, like so fast that it's scary. Like it beat the best chess player in the world at chess. Like they say the something else I was watching that they said AI did. It was crazy, but they're afraid of how fast the technology is developing. Like they don't have a handle on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like iRobot, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like the nuclear bombs, like the atom bomb. Like somebody was creating this type of science to further man, and then somebody was like, you know what? I could blow a bitch up.
That always happens, man. That always happens. Like if you look at if you watch Batman, Dark Knight Returns, you got the nuclear reactor. Bruce Wayne been had it, but he didn't want to release it to the public because somebody go use it for a weapon. So that everything is used for good and bad. So I mean, look, we just like the AI produce bad shit. Like at some point, like
So we're going to have to fight AI against AI
of course,
in order to beat it.
yeah,
Well, that's happening right now
yeah.
with ChatGPT. Like, there's a guy who created another AI that can find out if something is created by AI.
So watch this. As long as there's humans, they go create something to counter that. Because I don't want you to have the best AI. I'm gonna create something that fuck over yours.
Well, that's what's going on right now between the U.S. and China. So, and that all plays back into the whole social media thing because the algorithm was created by a person and
Right.
it was machine learning. But now, when you talk about AI versus quantum computing with an algorithm, like now we have even less control over like the things that we take in.
I know, right? So what you gonna do as a human?
I know, like right now, like the number one thing that I'm doing is dictation to myself. So like, can I talk for 20 minutes and then listen back to that 20 minutes that I talk? Because I'm not accustomed to having conversations with people on a daily basis and having to be like cognizant of what they're talking about. Like I'm basically trying to train myself to be who I was or would have been 20 years ago without none of this shit. That's just something that I do, but I don't know if that shit gonna fucking work.
I mean, I feel like it's inevitable at a certain point. Like I said, the average person's attention span is 7 to 10 seconds. I might be 25 seconds, but eventually it's going to dwindle down at a rate, you know what I'm saying? But it does take stuff like that, training. I make my kids watch movies. Like they going to be on YouTube and like, hey man, that shit too quick. Watch a long movie. Just to see if you can, you know what I'm saying, pay attention for a while. I do that with myself too. I challenge myself to I work on my attention. The odds are against me, so I try to build it up, you know what I'm saying? I don't engage in social media like most people, and I think that's to my benefit. Even I be gift and a curse, because sometimes you need that shit, and it's just like, I don't like to do it, but you need to do it.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like ultimately, that shit saving me as a human. Like I'm more human at times than people that's addicted to social media. I always tended to that. Like, man, you know, you're giving in to the AI, like you're becoming a cyborg at a certain point.
RoboCop, nigga.
So what's that fine line? Like, what's that threshold? Because like, I was talking to one of my friends and she was like, she got a huge following and she was like, man, I will put you on my team, you know what I'm saying, and put you in some of these rooms and like you'll be good to work the room as far as talking and conversation and networking, but it's all about your following. She's like, you don't have enough followers. Like, they gonna hear what you say. They gonna be like, oh, he's a cool dude. But when they look at 900 followers, they gonna be like.
But see, it's things like that that make me wish social media goes away for a while, because that gets missed. You know what I'm saying? You might only have 900 followers right now until you do this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it gets missed. It gets missed because people reflect that, like, a number of followers don't mean that much. It shouldn't mean as much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If that's your capitalistic mind state. And it is true. It's unfortunate that it's that way, but that's kind of why we're hoping to go backwards. Mm-hmm. Because you'll pass up a genius just because, man, when the fuck genius has ever been popular?
Ever.
This is the only time. Kanye West is the first one. That's why he catch so much flack. He's the most popular genius. He's the most popular genius out there. Right. Elon Musk second. Mm-hmm. This the only time we ever had that, man. Your smart people always been kind of, not popular. So that's that whole likes thing over everything, man. I just wish that shit could just 2 years.
It's like that episode of Black Mirror. Whenever
Rose died, when she was trying, boy, that's one of my favorites.
Mine too. I could rewatch that over and over, like whenever they do the ratings and stuff.
It's the social credit
score. But it's kind of like that.
It is.
It's like that right now. Like that's what happened to me. She was like, you don't have enough followers, and also I follow a lot of entrepreneurs and shit that be like, man, you gotta build your following to take that audience with you when the social media shit shut down. You know what I'm saying? It's part of building a brand, building a business to get so many loyal followers, you know what I'm saying, that you can convert them over to customers.
I take the Master P approach, though. I think all that applies. It is true. I'm not saying it's not true. But if you happen to be one of them dudes that can really still connect with people, then none of that shit matter.
That's true. You
know what I'm saying? And they have a few of those. That's the thing. That type of person is dwindling out. Mm-hmm. Because the social media is easier. If you one of them people that can still influence people when you're around them, it's harder to just get around them now.
And I feel like that's why rooms like this, like rooms like we are trying to create, are so important.
Right.
So that people can talk and converse and network with each other, like have face-to-face conversation, because like that human interaction is needed. Like we like we kind of thrive off of that as human beings, like human interaction, like that's what we need.
That's what I say. It ain't no coincidence that at a time where most people need therapy, they also have no friends to talk to. Mm-hmm. You know, they're type of people that they don't know, but that doesn't feel it. So I feel like the world and humanity and everything is just made to go on this revolving cycle of getting back to what it was supposed to be. And it's a long road. It's hundreds of thousands of years, and we just on the back end of it getting bad. But it ultimately got to get back to its essence.
Have y'all ever heard of the cyclical history theory?
Nah, enlighten me.
So we have learned, or we have kind of like put together that the timeline of Earth has been linear from start to finish.
Yeah, I don't think like that.
So now there are new theories that we get to a certain level of understanding and intelligence, and then there's a reset, and things just continue over and over during this reset. So this guy wrote a book, and in the book he talks about how human history is broken down into these 6,000-year cycles. And at the end of each cycle, we basically go back to the caveman era where we don't have any technology. And then we get to the point where it's computers and all of that stuff. And then it crashes again, and we start over and over. So he uses the Sphinx and the pyramids as like one of the examples of how they date the Sphinx to be about 3,800 years old. But if you dig down and you look at the layering on
it's much
the erosion,
it's much older.
It's probably about 7,500 years old. So, like, I always think about that. Like, so if everything just shut down today or tomorrow, who's going to survive? And how are we going to survive?
And listen, all right, without hearing about that theory, that's already what I believe. Like, I'm one of them people that would be like, how the pyramids was built? I'm like, with cranes. And the same way you would build something right now, because that civilization was around for thousands of years. We only in 2023. Like, where you think we gonna be in the year 5,000? We gonna be able to build a pyramid. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
And even if you look at the examples like the Baghdad battery, like what was the reason why y'all had a battery 3,000 years ago? You look at things like circumcision and cesarean sections for delivering babies. Y'all was doing that 3,000 years ago. Like, there's documents of people actually doing surgery 3,000 years ago. Anesthetics. Like, y'all was doing that 3,000 years ago. So how did you get to that point, and then nobody knew how to do this for like another 2,500 years?
I think that's the biggest thing, to try to get people to understand that information can be lost to an extent to where you're starting over. See, if I tell people that the Egyptians had helicopters, they're going to be like, well, why they ain't got no evidence of it? Like, nigga, because that shit deteriorated over thousands and thousands of years. The only thing that survived was the shit that was literally etched in stone.
Right. So, like, I'm super interested in that. And I like to look at social media from that lens. Like, is this a part of the thing that's going to cause us to just crash and go back to zero?
I think the invention of the smartphone was the beginning of that.
Yeah, because, think about when you was 10. You knew everybody's phone number who was important to you. Your mama, your grandma, your auntie who could come pick you up from school. Like, you knew all those phones. I couldn't tell you one phone number right now.
I got about 4 of them.
I can remember
all my phone numbers from when I was little. Yeah. But if you ask me y'all numbers, nigga, I do not know.
Fuck no.
I got a picture.
What's your number start with? 870?
No.
See? That nigga felt playing.
Oh, hell no. Not me.
You even got the area code right?
985, 870, then you look like an 870 nigga.
But when I get to that, I often ask people, where you think we at in that cycle? Because, I mean, we was talking about the emotions and all that under the comments. I personally look at emojis as our generation of hieroglyphics. Like, 100%. Like, I understand why people misread the hieroglyphics for years, because if you wasn't from that culture, you wasn't going to know it. You know what I'm saying? Because I could go under your picture and put a puke face, and that could mean I like your outfit, and that could mean I hate it. You just got to know. You got to be of the culture, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that bit nasty.
It's the same thing.
We get which emoji you pick.
Right. But you don't know who made the definition for the puke emoji. Because, they put that shit, I'm just like, I don't know what it means right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's on this comment.
That shit is confusing.
Right.
And ain't nothing worse than like, I think I told this story before, but I had posted something, bro. And I think we was talking, this girl put some crying, laughing faces under there. And she put 3 of them.
Right?
And you know, like when you put 3 emojis, them bitches stay big. So like everybody saw it. And I don't know why, dog. It was like, I was like, that bitch petty for putting them 3 emojis and leaving them big. So I'm like, 3 big emojis? Like you could have put one more and made them all small.
Nah, I think that means she laughed really loud.
Right.
That's what I do. Look, that's what I do.
That's what it mean when I do it.
That's what I do. I'm going to put 3 of them so it can stay big.
It wasn't a situation where she was supposed to be laughing.
She shouldn't have laughed that loud.
Put one more emoji, put 1 or 2 and make them all small, bitch.
That make it even funnier.
Right.
Whisper loud.
Right.
I follow this dude on Instagram, and he talk about like all the old, I guess like the older buildings that they built back in the day, and like the structure of them, how they had these rods that would basically send out energy from the earth. You know what I'm talking about? So so they basically turned all of those buildings into universities or something. Like he was saying that they turned them into universities. Like all these buildings that are like the architecture is great and all that. But he was saying that they tore some buildings down because of the energy that they would put out. So they don't want, it kind of like starts the destruction of unity, because you don't have that energy. And you know, like how they have like copper, copper gives off a certain type of energy. They have these different metals that give off energy, but whenever you take all that away, you're not pulling that energy from the earth anymore.
Look, let me tell you something. I talk to people about grounding all the time, like taking off your shoes, putting your feet like in the dirt, just staying outside for a couple of minutes. People think that you're crazy because you, an organic thing, wants to stand in some organic matter. Nah, I gotta have rubber on my feet. Like, nah, son, you the one who sound crazy. But it's one of those things that we've been conditioned to believe, like, only bad things can happen if you're barefoot outside.
Right, your mama, put some shoes on.
I grew up down the bayou, so I ain't never had shoes.
You get them hookworms, boy.
I put shoes on. I ain't gonna lie to you. So hey, look.
Yeah,
you never heard about the hookworm?
No, that's a real
Guilty.
thing.
Hookworm?
What the fuck?
That's a real thing.
Get in the bottom of your soles, boy. Get in your feet.
That's
What's a hookworm?
That's a real thing, and my grandma kept a bottle of whiskey in her closet to kill it.
We don't got hookworm.
You gotta drink that whiskey and pull them out your booty.
Yeah. Well, no.
Where the hookworm
I
come
don't know.
from?
I ain't never had them. They had to get them pulled out.
It go in your feet.
They go in your feet.
It's like a parasite.
And they live in your gut. You gotta kill it with alcohol, and it's gonna push it out. But you gotta pull them all out.
Man, I just wear shoes.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of
I could
that.
just put some shoes
Mama
on.
used to make us wear shoes, so we ain't never worried about hookworm.
That rubber sole is disconnecting you from the earth.
Hey, man, we grew up on the concrete, man.
It's still the same, though.
Hey,
That's what I was about to say. I mean, that don't make it right.
concrete, man, you better put some shoes on. It's gonna hurt.
That don't make it right.
Ain't got no grass to go walk out there and ground on. You go walk on that ground, it's hot, and it got rocks on it, and glass, and homeless people pee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to put your shoes on. You go
Homeless
outside.
piss. So, what are some things I wanted to ask y'all that y'all do, that y'all feel like y'all do to avoid the grasp of social media? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know one thing I do is when I do wake up, I for sure don't go on social media for about 3 hours. Like, from 5 to 8, I'm not really going on there. You know what I'm saying? But they have people that like wake up.
Oh yeah, of course.
And go straight to social media. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the newspaper to some people. Like reading the newspaper.
I don't know, man. I guess it depends on what I got going on, because I literally look at my phone and be like, man, I ain't been on Facebook in like 3 days. And then I just go see what's up for a little while.
I think Amanda put me on that because I didn't even realize that I was doing that, because I wake up at a point in time, like I'm gonna say before Hurricane Ida, I would definitely wake up at 5 a.m., check emails, check my social media. Like it was all a part of like.
But it was based around
Work.
Yeah, like I feel like
It was, but at the same time, it's like I'm not setting my intentions. I'm not thinking about what I need to do. Like I'm not being thoughtful, and I wasn't doing none of that. So it's like it was all just grind. And she told me, she was like, the reason why you getting so burnt out is because you burning from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, thinking about like hitting goals.
Yeah, people sleep on that using your brain, bro. Like running your brain all day wear you out. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about this, figuring this out. Like if you don't get the proper rest for just your brain, your body will start wearing down on you, man.
So that's kind of like my thing. So now if I wake up at 6, I probably don't touch social media until I get in my office at work. So I'm at least giving myself 2 hours to like, I'm either, for that first hour, I don't do nothing. Like, I'm just having time with myself. And for that 30 minutes between me getting from home to work, like, I'll listen to NPR or something. And then I'll check my social media after that. Unless I done schedule a post. I might schedule something at night. Gotta make sure that motherfucker slap.
Right.
Because that's one thing Dr. Joe Dispenza say all the time. He's like, when you wake up and you go to social media, the first thing you see kind of set the tone of your day. Like, if you see like, oh, somebody got shot overnight, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, damn, you start really digging into that shit. That set your tone for the day. You know, somebody died or some shit. Like, that hit of dopamine that people search for. Like, as soon as they get up, you know what I'm saying? Go check their notifications and shit like that. Like, that's the most addictive thing in the world, he said.
Well, what's your first thought when you wake up? I heard somebody ask a person that. Like, when you wake up, what's the first thing you think? Do you even know?
I know because I mean, per day, I know. Because I lay there in the bed and think, like, as soon as I open my eyes, I'll be like, depending on how I'm feeling, sometimes I'll be, damn, it's 4 o'clock already.
Right.
Sometimes I wake up, like some days, you ever wake up with a song in your head?
Oh yeah, almost every day.
I mean, what song was it today?
Oh, I don't know. That was
Right.
way long
I wake
ago.
up sometimes just with a song in my head, dog.
Right.
I think generally my first thought on most days when I wake up is, what time is it? That's the first thing I think. Whether it's an alarm going off or whether I just wake up and like, what time is it? So I grab my phone, I look at the time. That's it. Like I know for a fact that's my first thought every day.
Damn, mine probably be, damn, let me turn this alarm off. Fuck.
Like, what time is it and what I gotta do? Like probably come right after that. Damn, what I gotta do?
It's like, bro,
That sound about right.
sleep go by so fast, dog. That can't be the same 8 hours, son. That can't be the same 6 hours.
It's like as soon as you close your eyes, the alarm going off.
Ain't no way you be sleep for 8 hours, bro.
I'll be at work, be like, man, I got 2 hours left, man. I need to go to sleep so this shit can hurry up because it's just drag.
Sleep go by so fast, dog. It's like I literally remember nights setting my alarm and it seemed like as soon as I close my eyes, that bitch go out.
That's because time ain't real, man.
It ain't real.
It's
ain't
not
real,
real, bro.
It's all an
They
illusion.
got feeling the deep when time ain't real,
That
bro.
shit ain't real, dog.
But it's
6
like it's
hours.
crazy because when you think about it, that's another thing. It's another thing that's part of the plan. We all using digital clocks now.
I've been said that.
That's
Shit.
controlled by who?
Man, I've been said, I was like, dog, what if, I told people that, like, these are the things that I've been preaching for the longest time. How the hell we know what time it is if everybody time on their phone and going by a digital thing that's set by a satellite?
Mm-hmm.
And, damn, I forgot. Oh, man, things like Google, like at a certain point, Google go, well, I mean, it's at this point, but Google go be able to lie to us, right? All the way to the point to where if Google starts saying that 2 + 2 is 5, eventually 2 + 2 will be 5.
So, like, you understand how the algorithm works for Google? Because I'd love to explain that.
I mean, go ahead.
So, like, the algorithm for Google is not about a fact.
Right.
It's about, I'm trying to find the answer to a question. the more people that go to one place to find the answer to that question, that's how it's answered. So I can have a website that says 2 + 2 is 4. Only 3 people go there.
Right.
If I have a website that says 2 + 2 is 5, and 1,000 people went there and agreed with it,
It's gonna start pushing.
it goes to the top.
Exactly.
So you got to take that with a grain of salt. Anytime that you Google something, it just could mean that a lot of dumb motherfuckers went to the same website. It don't mean that you're getting the right answer.
Right. I think they said something. I was listening to a podcast. It said, I think it was like somewhere up to like 80% of people. I don't want to say it wrong. The experiment they did with like the Alexa, with the one-word answers, it affects like 80% of people's decisions. So if you was to ask Alexa something and you thought the answer should be yes, and Alexa said no, 80% of people would just automatically go with what Alexa said.
Because that becomes an
compared
authority.
to digging deeper. It don't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is, what you know, something you've been knowing for years. If them electronic devices tell you the opposite, 80% of people just automatically switch their answer. They go against what they know and go with the, you know what I'm saying?
And that's another example of someone built something for one reason and now it's being used for another reason. Because the original team that built the algorithm for the Google search engine, it was about getting the answer as quick as possible. So every year they would improve on how fast you could get the answer. So then they started relying on people thumbing up or thumbing down whether the answer was right. So now Google controls 85 to 90% of all search queries in the world.
Unjustly too.
So now like there's a big battle between Microsoft and Google about search engines. We don't care about this shit.
Well, Google like the Google like the FBI of everything. Like it don't matter what you search on. Eventually, at some point, they gonna use Google's database to verify it, and that's the problem. I forget who it was, but they was talking about how their website got blocked off because Google deemed it, not a real website.
Is it Bing or something like? Is another search engine?
He was using other search engines. It was like that's what triggered him. It was like, how the hell is Google blocking my stuff off other search engines too? You know what I'm saying? That just went into a long whole thing, court case. I forget who the guy was. It was some podcast stuff, but Google is literally like the hearsay also of the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that shit is run by a board of maybe 8 people. Like they dictating what's right and what's wrong to a certain extent based on the algorithms they accept and all this other stuff. But
even when all
if
that,
they start saying 2 + 2 is 5, son, you gotta understand your kids and your kids' kids go literally believe that that's gonna be what it is.
I was telling y'all about the literacy
Use
thing.
your hands.
They go back.
right,
They go
right.
I was telling y'all about the literacy thing. How like after COVID, like there was some crazy number between like 60 and 70% of second graders were completely illiterate.
Oh
Oh yeah, you was telling us that. Yeah.
And I find that like in the same vein because you look at the teacher as the authority of how you should learn something. So if they're teaching you something that isn't correct, it completely fucks up the whole system of how you gather information.
Right.
So you got a whole generation of kids who grew up like in front of a computer during COVID who can't read at all, and there's no like system of checks and balances unless you was a parent who's sitting there next to your kid. Like that shit don't make no sense. And like you telling them the right answer, they going off of what the teacher said. Like you told me to listen to her.
Right.
So like that all plays into how we ingest this information that we get from social media, from search engines, all of that. Like it's all a mad experiment that we have to take with a grain of salt. Like it's not all of it is real.
That's why fake news is the realest shit that ever been said, son.
That's absolutely true.
Like people like look at Donald Trump funny when he said, "Man, fake news is the realest shit that's out there."
My favorite term is alternative facts.
Right. What the fuck is that?
Alternative facts. That is the best shit that somebody ever came up with. But it's true now because it's accepted. If it's commonly accepted, like I said, if it's 1,000 people that agree with it, that becomes fact. It's an alternative fact to the actual, like, true answer.
And that's why the world got to restart on a cycle, son. You get to that point to where you have no right or wrong. Everything is right and wrong.
It's blurred lines.
It's
like,
just like this dude was saying, Andrew Huberman was like, a human is not designed to know what 10,000 people think about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That crushes the soul right there. That's too many people for.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that many
saying?
people. You don't.
You're not designed to know that many people are to know how they feel about something. Or, you know, that's the issue, man. I feel like I say, it's killing humanity, but like it give everybody a voice. Everybody got a voice to say.
Man, look, I've been on that too. Everybody don't fucking. I mean, you can have a voice, but fuck, you ain't gotta talk that loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we gotten away from. I mean, I understand the problems with having a power structure when it comes to a voice, saying that, oh, these dudes that went to Yale are smart enough to. I understand that, but goddamn, son, you can't let everybody give you an answer to the fucking question. They got way more dumb people than smart people. So it's like, what's the threshold with that? What's the threshold with everybody got? I got a voice too, like, to what extent? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what you got to say about everything.
Most of it probably cap.
For real, bro.
But I always use Adolf Hitler as like the greatest example of a person who knew people's shortcomings and the things that they thought were important, and he manipulated that into having those people believe that that was a fact. So like when you look at his speeches, like you could just like Google the transcript of his speeches, like the translation, and you can see like clearly like there are very clear comparisons to him and most politicians today.
Of course.
Because he found like a weak point, and he found a few people to agree with him, and then he became a martyr, and then he became a savior. Like at that point when nobody was believing him, it was only like a couple of people believing him, and he went to jail, and then World War I happened, and like everybody was like, well, oh shit, Adolf might have been right. Everybody started agreeing with him. So now it's like we can justify killing millions of people because it's become fact, because all of us agree with him. It's the same way today. Everybody who got a soapbox is the same way. Like, you just trying to find the other voices that agree with your dumb ass. Like, I don't fucking trust you. I don't know you from an apple.
Well, how does one get validated to trust? Like, what is that based on? Because right now they're basing it on followers and likes and
Right.
I don't trust nobody on social media. Like, if I have not sat down and had a conversation with you, I don't know you.
I'm the same way, dog.
Right.
I'm the same way.
It used to be the blue check. Like that was
Nah, I don't pay for the check now.
Right.
I got my $9.99, boy.
That's all it is, $10.
$10 a month.
Like that.
A month.
Like that alone stopped me from going in people's DMs. Like, I have an issue with direct messaging you if I've never spoke to you in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm able to. You know what I'm saying? Not like talking to Jay-Z or some shit. But like a person that's from here, like if I ain't never talked to you in person, I have a hard time direct messaging you unless it's business related.
I'm the opposite. Like, I shoot my shot all the time with people. Like, can we sit down and have coffee?
Oh yeah.
Can I, bring you to lunch or something? Like, if I feel like you're an interesting person, I want to talk to you, like in real life, and get to know you. But I feel like that's one of Cleveland's shortfalls. Like right now, if that nigga went pay for that verified check on Facebook, he'll be a millionaire. Period, point blank. Right now, he's not an authority. Nobody has any reason to believe all the stuff that he's saying is true. But if he paid that $10, that boy would be a millionaire. Him and Wall Street Trapper would be like side by side.
I'm going to tell him.
Facts.
That's interesting, man, because I'm big on that too. It's like, why should I? That's how I am on the internet, man. Well, I'm listening to this dude telling me about Shopify. Who the fuck are you? Like, that's how I be feeling, man, because I don't know who legit. Like if I'm getting scammed.
The whole course thing. Everybody got a course.
Like
say your course how to make a
You
sandwich.
got a course. You got an ebook. It's like a.
You want to know how to make a sandwich?
like son, I don't know who you are,
Buy my course.
It's definitely watered down, and it's hard to tell who real and who not.
But honestly, there's a way to sort people out. Like one of the dudes I follow, and I done bought a couple courses. I feel like I go off of feel. I've never really been scammed, but you gotta research the person. Like, you know, one of my favorite sayings is from Haitian CEO. He said, "Success has receipts." You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true.
if people ain't got no receipts, they got nobody vouching for them that they done whatever they did, fixed credit, got them business funding, you know.
But you could pay for that now too.
Yeah, but most times, like, it comes with a community of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once you get in that community, you don't feel like everybody going to really scam
like a
you, you know what I'm
Facebook
saying?
group or something?
Facebook groups and shit like that. Like, people be giving away real info, real gems and that shit, you know. And I was one of them people, like, man, I don't know about getting this course, man. Look, I look at a course forever. I'm trying to wait till that bitch go down to $27. But I find those cheaper courses, when you pay $27 for something, you don't.
You get $27 worth.
No, it's packed full of info.
It's packed full of
gems.
info, but you don't feel like they're an authority.
You
don't do anything with the information.
You gotta buy something high dollar. That's what I learned. Like it's you know, I'm hearing people paying $5,000, $25,000, $30,000 for mentorships and coaches and shit like that.
Oh, I just can't see it. Like, that's like, go back to the whole, like, the Jay-Z thing. Take the $500K and have lunch with Jay-Z. Like, what the fuck?
But somebody recently said having a sit down with Jay-Z changed their life.
Yeah, if your life set up for that shit. Now, most people will sit down with Jay-Z and wouldn't know what the fuck he talking about.
But I think that's what the investment comes in. It's just like how for Leadership Terrebonne is $800 to get in the Leadership Terrebonne. If you willing to make that investment, like come out of pocket yourself, you're going to pay attention to everything that you do in that course because I'm invested. I got money on the table for this. Like, I don't want it to be a waste. But if it was free, how many people would go through that program and be like, man, I don't even feel like going today.
They got gyms like on the internet for free, dog. Like,
and nobody. That's the same way with Cleveland. Like Cleveland is giving
facts.
And I have verified because I used to be a swing trader. I used to be a day trader. I have verified everything that this man has said is completely true. Nobody biting. I'm like, this boy is preaching the gospel. Nobody biting.
That's crazy that you brought him up because I've been wanting to hit him up about that because I started looking more into financial literacy and I feel like that's confirmation. That's all I wanted to say.
Facts.
I think people biting on it. I mean, it's not at the rate that we would think people would. You know what I'm saying? Being that it's good information.
He's definitely building a grassroots movement.
Yeah.
But I feel like Cleveland is almost like Noah in the sense that, you know, this person is telling you it's going to rain, and it's been a drought for years and years. So you're like, man, this man must be crazy. So you're going to have a few people that believe, but by and large, the masses feel like, man, this ain't nothing I could use, man. It must be a scam.
If you know,
it must be too much work. Like, this boy literally telling y'all how to change your entire financial situation, and nobody is paying attention to it.
You got a group or something?
Yeah,
you got a Discord.
I'm in it. I'm in the Discord.
Man,
That
I'm
shit
about to
go
say,
off.
I don't see him post all that on his Facebook.
You got to be equipped with the tools to take that in, man. Like at a certain point, what I try not to do when I'm contemplating on why people don't do certain things is like you can't fall in that category where it's like, all right, man, if everybody was doing that, that means everybody would have to be smart, and then everybody's just not smart.
That's true.
You're gonna have dumb people. You're gonna have.
That's true because a lot of the information that he's giving, it goes completely over their head because they don't understand the concepts behind it.
Right.
And I think one of the missing pieces to him going to the next level is breaking it down to the elementary level in order to educate people on how to get to that point.
And that's something that a lot of people have to learn how to do. See, a lot of people know how to spit back out information, but that's not teaching a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell her.
I'm good for that. Like I
think that's interesting.
I will intellectualize something and just give you a whole like fucking word vomit of all this information, but I'm not the person to hold your hand to do something. Like that's not my call.
That's one of the benefits. That's one of the things that having kids help you with. You gotta explain shit to them like they 6. You know what I'm saying? And if you take that route, I think J. Cole said that in a song. He actually did. I just can't remember the actual lyrics, but if you express things to adults like you did with children, then first of all, you'll put it on a level to where they can acquire the knowledge and accept it. And secondly, it wouldn't make you as mad when they don't really get it. Because if you tell a kid something, it don't make you as mad as, you know what I'm saying? They don't get it. They're kids.
Because you see the value.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But every adult can't get that. It's only a select few. I feel like stuff like that, you can only do it with people you really care about. Like, I can't spend all my time explaining to Joe Blow, caring for him like a kid, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, I get that.
when you're teaching the masses, I think that's the approach to teach, man. You could teach a first grader, shit. You could teach anybody.
I'm gonna hit him up before his price go up.
For real.
Facts.
I'm in the Discord, bro, and it go off all the time. I done implemented some plays and stuff, but stocks is something you gotta
have the time for that shit.
The time to me. And it's not.
It's really not,
it's how you
though.
gotta set it up. It's just
It's
all
really
about how
not,
you set it
though.
up. That's the first time I didn't have the time. But it's some stuff I looked into on my own. You could set stops and gains, and you could set stop losses and stuff like that. So
the two things I tell people is if you can research to do fantasy football, you can do stocks. And if you can set an alarm to wake up in the morning, you can set your stop losses for stocks. Those are the only two concepts you need to understand. If I could do fantasy football and set an alarm, I could do that and make money.
I don't do fantasy football.
Me either. But
niggas know stats.
We a little 3 minutes over time, bro. If y'all wanted to come with a closing thought, I don't know.
In closing, on the social media type, I do think so. I overall, bro, because I'm an optimistic person, I do see social media as a good thing, based on how you choose to utilize it. I miss a lot of the bad, you know what I'm saying? And when times are bad, like, take the George Floyd situation, it's like, all right, I'm only going to consume so much of that because I know this algorithm is pumping this shit down my throat. So I'm gonna put the restraint and the discipline on myself to not consume as much. That's easier than saying, oh man, people need to stop posting. That ain't gonna never happen. So I always like to look within. I mess with social media. I love it. But, everything could be better.
I think for me, social media is a good tool if you use it right, which I think that's why it was created, to be a tool. To keep in touch with people, to communicate, and now with everybody trying to do business, it's a good business tool. And it just got a lot of bad seeds on it, and it's hard to weed them out. Like me as a business owner, it's hard to weed those people out because they could be potential clients. And so it's hard to get away from some of the negative stuff because, like, man, I don't want to just start deleting everybody because some of these people could be clients. So it's hard, but I think, like, the main thing is having discipline. And like you say, just like knowing when
it's enough.
To get off. Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Overall, like I said, I'm gonna give it a rating too. I think that social media is a good thing. Just as far as staying connected, like, seeing what's going on in people's lives and stuff like that. I heard an interesting fact. This guy said, and he said, well, you complain about social media, but your social media is a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? It's a reflection of you. So if you are seeing negativity and stuff in some type of way is something not right internally. You know what I'm saying? You can alter your Facebook to see what you want to see. Like it's an algorithm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I like social media. I plan to get more involved in posting more, just like on a day-to-day engaging, because I do think you need that following. Like I'm an entrepreneur, and I should be working on getting a following. Like that's potential leads, that's potential clients at some point. But I do think sometimes a disconnect or a detox is in order. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I just delete that shit. You know,
Right.
I delete it. I get off of it. I get my mind right, and then I get back on it. You know, and I think like any, and I say drug, any drug is good in moderation, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You moderate it right, it could be the best thing in the world. But if you overindulge in it, now you're a crackhead.
That's facts. I feel like it's not so much to the point of like crack or meth. I feel like social media is like alcohol. Like we're introduced to it very young. Even before we get on it, we know, you know, the people that's older than us that's on it. Like when you look at a kid that's like 12, you know your mama has a Facebook and Instagram. So you are inspired to go down that same road. Like, oh, I can't wait. I can get my own Instagram or Facebook. But I feel like the same way, like it's good in moderation, you also have to understand that it's meant as a tool, but also like for manipulation. Like it wasn't created to make the world a better place. It was created for somebody to make a bunch of money. So whatever it takes for them to make money, just know that you're going to be manipulated to do that. And I look at it like a double-edged sword. Like you said, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, I know that there are good things about it, but at the same time, I know every single day I have to make a concerted effort not to get caught up in it, even from a business standpoint. Because like I said, I was to that point where 5 a.m. to the time I went to work, like 3 hours, I'm trying to dissect how all of these things work. I'm trying to learn how these algorithms work. None of that shit really matter. Like, at the end of the day, like as a business owner, if you have a tool that you can use, it's cool. But you also have to realize, like, you're taking so much time away from your craft and what you're building as a business owner to be on social media to attract people to you. So I feel like, yeah, it's great to have it, but you also have to have enough wherewithal to say, I'm only giving this an hour a day. Like if I got a marketing budget of $5,000, I'm never gonna go over that $5,000 for marketing. If I only can expend 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day for social media, that's what you should do as a business owner. There's no reason that you should be overindulging in social media like, oh, I'm gonna get more people. Nah, you're gonna end up watching reels for 3 hours, or you're gonna end up in the comment section for 3 hours. Like, that ain't good for your business. You taking away from building your business by being on this platform. So you have to have a budget and stick to that budget.
Facts. Love that.
Well,
Y'all have anything to say about the relationship side of it? Final thoughts?
My relationship ain't on the internet.
ours is, man, and I think the way that we post and we share each other and like stuff like that, it's
in moderation.
It's in
not-
moderation, and that's what I would say is ideal. Like over posting, I don't know. You ain't never make me an MCM, I don't think. But
You ain't never make me a
I
WCW.
don't know. Now I'm starting to think about this shit. I ain't never been to MCM.
Never been to MCM.
Nah, man. But stuff like that, it's not nothing to get, into it about or stuff like that. I mean, because we love on each other
In
right
real
there in the
life.
house, in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I only think that's an issue when you capping, when you're not doing
When there's lack.
what you doing. You know what I'm saying? The only issue I think is with social media is that when people be capping, like you know, and people don't realize it's like Instagram or whatever. I'm showing you my best picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you you know, when I'm taking pictures in front of the Rolls Royce, you know, I'm showing you my best. Like people go through stuff every day and they don't post it. Like, you know, I'm going through depression, you know, shit like that. So I think when it's capped and people know you, like I have a problem like making a status that's at least one person know I'm lying. So, you know, like I don't see how people could do it, but people do it, bro. You know, so I think just in a relationship wise, just in moderation, bro. I don't expect to be in every post that you post. You know, sometimes you be taking pictures, I be sliding out. You know what I'm saying? That's your picture, like, you know. So I just feel like long as you do it in moderation, it's fine.
I think you do what you can handle. Different people have different, you know, limits of what they can do. I think generally everything to me revolves around the real world. And I wouldn't say particularly people be capping. It's just you can only do so much that don't match up with your real life before it's, you know, it's not going right. It's seen as something different. So to me, if your social media matches your real life, then you straight. I don't care if you post 20 times a day. If that's how your personality is as a person, when I see you, then it's real. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, Black Rambo, man. That dude is the same person in person as he is on the internet.
Right. Joe Jackson, too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's never too much. He could post 50,000 times a day. He is genuine. That's how he is as a person. But once it gets away from that, it's like, all right, maybe you're doing too much.
I love the video about the Yaka man when he was talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
the Neeses, the Negroes, the Chineses.
To my African American, me. Boy, that dude's stupid, boy.
Man, I love that dude.
For real, man. That nigga just be himself, bro. Unapologetic. Don't matter. So.
I think the only thing I got to say about the relationships part is like, it's kind of like PDA. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you comfortable with and your partner comfortable with, like go with your move. But know that you're gonna have some people that's offended by it. You're gonna have some people that's inspired by it. Right. But at the end of the day, as long as it's making you cool with the person that you with and y'all like that shit, man, go for it. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm a newbie in all this shit, so that's why I was so interested about this topic.
I'm gonna break the internet one day. One day I'm gonna break that shit.
You gonna pop out? Sam gonna pop out?
Just break it right quick. That's it.
I'm just gonna be broke. Sam broke the internet.
Broke that shit.
Hey, what PDA mean?
Public displays of affection. Y'all like holding hands and kissing in public.
Yeah, that's an old acronym. Them
Right.
people don't know the old acronym.
Yeah, I'm showing my 39 right now, boy.
The old acronym.
Showing my old age out here.
All right, man.
But he 39 already.
Me?
know?
Oh, yeah, I'm about to be a 40 ball, cuz.
That 40 ball gonna be crazy on y'all, boy.
40 ball,
I'm gonna
cuz.
stop listening to everything. It's just gonna be Larry June and motherfucking just some old school like soft rock shit.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna be on.
Soft rock.
Silk shirt, nigga. When I turn 40, I'm gonna start dressing like Bill Cosby, nigga.
Oh, sorry.
I know Bill Cosby been in Jello shots. They had them pills in them.
Thank y'all for coming out, man.
Thank y'all for coming to the Conveaux Club. It's been real.
Won't you just meditate?